Start your Sunday off with a cup of Joe and some sports medicine intel. This is Joe C. inviting you to join me and Dr. George Bari for Breaking Bones every Sunday morning at 7:30. And if you miss an episode, just look for Breaking Bones wherever you listen to podcasts.
Lauren Brooks here. Now at Hodges Mazda, get 2.9% APR for 72 months on the 2024 Mazda CX-90, Mazda's largest and most luxurious SUV. Or drive home a 2023 Mazda CX-30 2.5S Preferred for as low as $26,999. This compact SUV is designed for both city driving and weekend getaways. Discover the Hodges Mazda difference with a non-commissioned sales team who are always focused on your best interests. Plus, enjoy 2 years of free maintenance. Visit Hodges Mazda today or shop online at hodgesmazda.com. See dealer for details. Terms and fees for qualified applicants. Expires October 31st, 2024.
Hey folks, this is Dave Benyon with my son Ammon here from Zerorez. Ammon, you've been cleaning air ducts for a while now. What are some of the reasons customers might consider getting their air ducts cleaned?
There are many reasons. Many times, people suffer needlessly from poor indoor air quality produced by the conditions in their air system. Construction dust, the presence of bacterial growth, and years' worth of buildup all come together to make your air ducts a pretty gross place. If you suffer from allergies, have recently moved, recently remodeled, or have never had your air ducts cleaned, then now is the best time to call. By calling Zerorez, you'll have the peace of mind of knowing that you called the best of the best. Our state-of-the-art truck mount system and top-of-the-line service representatives simply can't be found anywhere else. Google Zerorez and read thousands of 5-star reviews.
So what kind of deals can I expect?
Just mention that you heard us on the radio, and we'll give you $100 off your air duct cleaning.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty great deal. Remember, folks, Zerorez,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zerorez.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jags, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them a solution fast. Now, who are we?
Roland Reese Plumbing!
I can't hear you.
Roland Reese Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like. Customers always win with Roland Reese Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
15,000 workers. I'm Brian Rose from Remedy Staffing. We survey 15,000 blue-collar workers each year to better understand what drives quality and dependability in our workforce. The survey shows when looking for a new job, the initial pay rate, job security, and safety while working are the most important factors for hourly workers. If you're an employer and would like to learn more about the voice of the blue-collar worker, please call us at 904-528-1933.
Jimmerson Nur is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimmersonfirm.com.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Good morning.
Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Prosser.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine. Coogan's got time on a Monday morning, and that's why you get flexed. 2-6 off to Philly. That's a gut punch yesterday. That one hurt. I mean, it leaves, I think, for all of us, a pretty stone-written conclusion, all right? I don't know what your goals shift to. I don't know how we handle this unbelievable disappointment for the second half of the year. There'll be no redo of the 2022 magic and season. We know these games that are coming up, right? We've talked about them. We know the stretch that began yesterday with the Green Bay, and man, what a gut punch. Oof, that one hurt. We've had a couple real gutters this year, and it's been against two good playoff teams, Houston and Green Bay. We just don't have what it takes to finish, man. It's just something a little bit off, and that was exacerbated by the end of the game yesterday, but more on that in a second. It had the sound of transition that a coach makes from knowing you're close and keeping that carrot out there to a real sense of devastation. Here's Doug Peterson after the 3-point loss.
Yeah, I mean, they're devastated. They're heartbroken. They battled their tails off. They fought to the end, quite frankly. That's all that I can ask for. But I also want them to understand, too, that these games come down to about 3 plays. Can't give the ball away like we did late, deep in our own end. We didn't tackle very well defensively. So there's some things that we need to clean up and continue to clean up if we want to, get back on track.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the cleanup process is not going to have still that ultimate overall goal and keeping it together and moving forward. I mean, you've probably heard by now, injury to insult yesterday. By the end of the game, the top 3 receivers were all out of the game, and Christian Kirk's gone for the year. Take it from a member of the Broken Collarbone Club. I knew exactly what Christian Kirk's injury was as soon as he rolled over from the way he was acting. That collarbone injury will sideline him. So much for any trade value, if that were a part of the plan. And Kirk's name is by far the one that ultimately, as we move toward next week's trade deadline, had become the hottest name on the Jaguars roster. We'll see how they handle, the rest of things. By the end of the fourth quarter yesterday, here's a football team trying to rally from 10 down with Tim Jones and Parker Washington, your primary receivers. So we'll see on the status of Gabe Davis and Brian Thomas Jr. Listen, credit to the guys who were in there. Ingram stepped up, made a huge play late, and the receivers caught the ball, and they moved down the field. I think I'd sum up Trevor's day yesterday. He dug him a hole, and then he got him out of it. And then just this defense seems so prone to big, wide-open plays. We're a minute and a half to go, man. How does a guy get so wide open? And why can't players think on the run? Why can't they be more situationally aware as fans? E.T., as soon as that man caught that ball, you know what the first thing that popped into my head was?
What's that?
Let him score.
Yep.
Just let him go in.
Yep.
He's at the 10-yard line. We have no timeouts. Game over if you don't let him score. And then, by the way, it caught up, right? Wait, maybe we should let him score. And by then, Green Bay didn't score, right? They took a knee. Just let the man go. And I get it, man. Caught in the competition, you got to chase him down. Never quit. I understand. But there's a second level of chess here.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to think.
You got to be knowing. And listen, I'm not saying you think ahead of time, if I'm beat, I let him score. No. That's negative thinking. I'm saying in that moment, right then, split decision. All right, let him go. I thought that. Now I'm not in the middle of that play, right? I'm not chasing down embarrassment, getting beat. But as soon as he caught that ball and once he got down there about the 15-yard line and we had an angle, I'm like, just pull up, let him go in. Now, maybe he would have done the same thing and taken a knee at the 1. I don't know. Letting him score or taking a knee has nothing to do with the fact that dude was running wide open, man. We're letting a cast-off quarterback hit plays like nobody's business. And, yeah, Trevor dug him a hole and he got him back out, but that fumble is what lost the game. Without that fumble, they probably win the game. Maybe not. Maybe they go 3 and out. They punt, return it for time. I mean, I don't know what happens from that point on, but I do know down 3, trying to keep some momentum in the second half, that ball getting punched out. Man, we've had 2 punch-outs at the 3-yard line this year that have killed the season. Etienne's fumble in Miami going in for a score, and then Trevor's yesterday. First time it's happened this year. He's been so good at the ball security, but that was a tough spot. Now, again, it put him down 10 in the 4th. And he got him back to a tie with some help. What a catch. What a throw and catch. He threw it by the only place where your guy could get it, and boy, Evan Ingram went up and got it. But it just leaves you now with this stark reality of 2-6, and, not much hope, at least sitting on this side. Some losses hit different. Foye Oluwakin.
For sure. It's a gut punch, and, I just don't like losing any game. It's a gut punch, and when we right there, we play so hard, and obviously there are times we played better, times we didn't play as good this game, but we was right there ready to win it, and we didn't, so that's tough.
Yeah, they're right there in it to win it. They are. They're right there. You can't go for 2 there. There's some thought there. I mean, we would be absolutely marching downtown if they'd gone for 2, not gotten it, and then just kicked off and Green Bay kneels and wins the game. We would have lost our mind. Agreed? You got a backup quarterback. You've come from 10 down in the fourth. You tie the game, and you just pray the football gods that the defense can do its job, and that has just been a futile prayer. They played pretty good most of it. They still can't get to the passer. Still no pass rush. Yesterday, just gashed by the run, 120. Josh Jacobs just ran all over him. Looked like he reminded me of Derrick Henry out there, quite frankly. Smaller man, but bouncing off of guys, finishing with an extra couple yards, and then the speed to break the deep one. But, man, these are good football teams that we're just right down to the wire, losing on last-second kicks to. And, man, it just, pardon the phrase, but we're all grown men here loading up the trucks. It sucks. It does. Evan Ingram's going to have to step up even more. Still nursing that hamstring. It looks like he's finally back to full strength. He really came alive in the fourth quarter when they needed him. Again, they lost Kirk, Thomas, and Gabe Davis. I mean, they're out there running routes with multiple tight ends, Parker Washington and Tim Jones. What you're down to by the end of the game, and Ingram came up big in the clutch. Wasn't enough, though. Defense faltered. Brandon McManus wins. Jags, 2-6. Evan Ingram, 2-6. Season over?
Hell no, the season's not over. You know what happened here. We were in a way worse spot later in the season. So I think today we were that today. Everybody was playing their asses off. Believing the legacy for themselves and for our team, and that brought us down to the wire against a really good team. So I'm saying that just we got to continue to do that, continue to build on that, and if we have that outlook, we're going to get the best out of our guys for sure.
All right, Trevor certainly wants to have a couple of plays back from yesterday. I'll grant you the interception. That corner just kind of deked him. I never saw him, right? That you thought the corner was. We saw Trevor with a similar interception to that. Was it the Houston game, maybe? So that's probably maybe there's a little hole there, something we got to watch. But that outside corner leaves this guy, and he's jumping. And yesterday, you would have hit Kirk right in stride. It's like he never saw him. So that happens, right? The fumble, way more egregious, especially where it happened on the field. Well, lucky for us, he didn't just clang it off his knee or his thigh or just let it slip out of his hands, but he carrying the ball too far away from his body, and it didn't have to get punched out. It just barely got swiped. Just terrible ball security. That, especially where you are on the field. And golly, later, if we didn't almost give it back again on a shotgun snap, so that was bailed out by a field goal. And again, ultimately, the defense stopped. We get the ball back. It's a beautiful drive. Again, by that time, with no Kirk, no Brian Thomas, and no Gabe Davis. But you'll hear from Trevor when we come back on the other side. We had the finish of the year in the NFL. It happened yesterday afternoon in Washington, D.C., inside the Beltway. Finish of the year. We won't have. The Commanders had the ball yesterday at their own 29-yard line with 12 seconds left and no timeouts. Wow. Ran a couple quick plays. There was 1 second on the clock. And they had the ball on their own 45, maybe, 42. I don't even know the exact, somewhere between the 40 and the 50, I think.
I think it was on the 35.
That's where, I know he threw it from the 35.
Okay, yeah.
But so the line of scrimmage was the 35, okay. I thought they ran one more play. Well, let's just see. Let's look at all we got to do is see how long the touchdown was, right? And then we've all got every answer we needed. 52-yard pass. So they're at the 48. He threw it from the 35, to your point. But the point I was going to make here on this play, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, and why you listen to sports radio this morning, Jalen Daniels did play yesterday. The Bears had made the game exciting enough. They scored with 25 seconds to go, made the two-point conversion. They were up 15-12. So they had trailed 12-0 until the end of the third quarter. DeAndre Swift, former Dog, busted off about a 60-yarder. That made it 12-7. And then there was no more scoring until the very end of the game when the Bears put together a drive, made a couple of plays, and punched it in for the go-ahead score, what you thought was the winning score. It was 15-12. Commanders at that point, I think, had one timeout. And their first play, by the way, Daniels, skipped it into a receiver. So their first play, they lost like 3 or 4 seconds with nothing to show for it and with like no time at all. They just went beep, beep, beep. But they throw the Hail Mary. It kind of bounces off the hands to Noah Brown, who's standing behind the pack. And here's why that was possible. Because Daniels extended the play so long that this mass of people, all involved in the Hail Mary, defense and offense, all had time to congregate. So they're standing now like mob rule right at the edge of the end zone. And because there's so much time, because Daniels has rolled out to the right, and then he's gone backwards, then the defender slips, and he rolls out to the left, and then he gets a block, and he just sets his feet and throws it from the 35 as far as he can. But because there was so much time getting ready, one of the Washington players just took about 3 steps behind the pile. So there's a pile of like 10, 12 guys all jumping up for the ball. One Washington receiver is standing about 5 yards in the end zone behind the pile. And sure as sugar, bounced right to him. Bounced right to him. It makes it worse for Chicago. One of their players, when the play started, had his back to the line of scrimmage, taunting the fans in the end zone as the ball was snapped. Anywho, Commanders is a huge win. Listen, we'll have Football Fix later. It's a hard-to-figure league, that's for sure. I mean, Jaden Daniels has already won Rookie of the Year. Should Jaden Daniels be getting a little bit of MVP talk? My guy came in with a broken rib yesterday with 21 of 38 for 326 and a touchdown. He's got the Commanders, who have been just terrible, by the way. The Panthers may have the longest NFC playoff drought. Who did I say? The Commanders? I meant to say Commanders. Panthers are in my head for some reason. The Commanders may have the longest playoff drought in the NFC. Google machine me that one real quick. Longest playoff drought in the NFC. It might be Washington. It might be. RG3, way back in 11, 12, 13, whenever that was. They may have the longest drought in the NFC. So they have been terrible. And this guy has come in as a rookie, much like C.J. Stroud did last year for Houston, and he has got him rolling he's like where Lamar is now as a passer. I'm watching Lamar yesterday. Man, the improvement as a passer is so remarkable. It's obvious Lamar has worked a lot on his game. Ironically, they were the biggest surprise yesterday in the NFL. Jameis and the Browns got him. What about your man Jameis hitting the 50-yard game winner pretty much? Man, Jameis. Eating W's, baby. All right, let's come back. Let's see. What you got on the Google machine?
Looks like it's Washington.
Yeah, it's Washington. That's what I do, man. I am the Google machine. This is the drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com. I appreciate you being up and at us. We'll get back into this Jaguar game this season. Now injuries are going to rack the passing game as well. Missed opportunities has been the mantra. You heard Doug talk about it early. It's in a lot of different areas. Tackling yesterday was terrible. But what kills me, man, are these obviously either misassignment, misplay, but we let guys get wide open in key situations. I don't get it, man. Even the game we won at home against the Colts. Remember we let Pierce get wide open? I mean, how do we let dudes get wide open, man? It's such an important time. Let's just get to overtime. We've come all the way back, and it just whoosh. One big play, game over. Field goal, and immediately tell me your brain and say, that doggone McManus is going to beat us, ain't he? At least a 24-yarder, it's easier to take. I did not want that joker running out there and, drilling some 38-yarder, the kind of kick that he missed for us a year ago. He sent the whole season down the drain when he missed that regulation field goal against the Bengals. Don't kid yourself. I see you, McManus. Flight attendants, be aware. We'll be back with more next. You are listening to The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Starting at linebacker, number 55, Tom McMahon.
Lioness. I'm bringing you straight to the gridiron to show you what it's like to put on the Jags helmet and pads. Friday from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson Windows and Doors.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hi, everybody. Mike Dempsey here, reminding you that November is Veterans Month, a time to celebrate and honor the heroes who've served our country. This November, Awaken 180 Weight Loss is showing their appreciation for active duty veterans and spouses by offering 15% off your entire Awaken 180 program, free support for life included. It's a thank you for the sacrifices you've made, protecting our freedoms and making this country what it is. This is special. Awaken 180 has never offered a discount, ever. If this incentive can help turn your focus on you, your health, your goals, and your happiness, I say go for it. Do what I did and choose the solution for weight loss. So if you're active duty, a veteran, or a spouse of one, this month is about you. Celebrate Veterans Month with 15% off your Awaken 180 program, and as with all clients, receive free support for life after reaching your goals. Do what I did, what Hacker did, and what Matt Hayes did, and over 23,000 others have done. Take control at awaken180weightloss.com.
Get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, Dan. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
Davey Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Southside. Live local radio for Jacksonville. 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office, because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that.
Now, it's time to showcase the Crown Royal Special Teams Player of the Game. Live generously and life will treat you royally.
Logan Cook served up a masterpiece against the Green Bay Packers. The teal and black punter recorded 5 punts for 298 yards, with his longest going for 73 yards. Cook had the right ingredients to deliver a great performance, and he's your Crown Royal Special Teams Player of the Game.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Bank in the 2024 Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards, and it's easy to see why. I go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the new Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Hicken, we're here right now. Be a seizure going on here. You understand that, right?
For sure.
Give me the Hicken dance. What would Hick be doing right now? Yeah. It's so nailed it. I see you made it to the game the other day. I was sitting with Hick up in the press box. You sent that picture up, huh?
Yeah, I slid.
Yeah, look at you. Told me you're going to lay low.
Nah, man.
You ain't know how to lay low.
I had a tailgate experience that I actually did. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
Shout out to the Jaggin' Wagon. They ended up winning.
Jaggin' Wagon. I love the name.
But it was cool, man. Jacksonville, like, one thing about it, we got some wonderful diehard fans, man.
It was a good crowd yesterday. There's a lot of Packer fans.
Oh, yeah. But we expected that.
Yeah, it wasn't like walking over from the parking lot. It felt like it may be like 60-40 Green Bay in the stadium. It didn't feel that way. But there was a lot of them there. And that's the NFL today, right? In today's day and age. Teams travel. By the way, I blame it on COVID brain. I forget what happened in 2020. Washington was in the playoffs in 2020, right? Brady and the Bucs started their run. They went up to Washington and won a first-round game with Taylor. Heineke was the quarterback for Washington. Remember that just a few years ago? So the longest NFC drought actually belongs to the Falcons and Panthers. Wow. Falcons had a nice win yesterday on the road at Tampa. Kirk Cousins, if they played Tampa every week, would set NFL records that would never be broken and would be the unanimous MVP. He's played the Bucs twice. 4 more touchdowns yesterday. 9 touchdown passes in 2 games against the Bucs. And the Falcons take a lead in the division there, and they also have this going for them. They beat the Bucs twice, they beat the Panthers, and they beat the Saints. So 4-0 in the division as well is going to bode well. It will bode well for Atlanta, I'm sure, heading down the stretch. Meanwhile, we'll head down the stretch here in Jacksonville without much. It doesn't feel like to play for. I'm going to tell you this right now, and I mean, this is a little bit of a Captain Obvious here. And this isn't a conversation about picking and choosing where to lay this blame or the other, but your man Dougie P is going to is on a hot seat right now. Oof. It's a hot seat, and I'll tell you, because these are silly. This team seems to have, when you have enough talent that you're in and around games and you don't win them, it falls first on the coach. You won't get a whole bunch of solid Balky fans in the audience or among the fan base. You won't, right? And if you're making overall decisions on whether the GM should go or the coach should go, I can remember having these conversations way back when through Gene Smith and through Dave Caldwell and others. And the way I look at it is this. If your record is better than your talent, then your problem is the GM. And when your record is worse than your talent, then the problem is the coach. And by 8 games in, okay, false starts and missed assignments and ball security, and those all fall on the coach now at this point. All right? Whatever you're doing isn't registering. And let's don't even get into the whack-a-mole approach we take to putting points on the board. You never know when Dougie's going to pull out his foam rubber mallet and take a whack at some points. Too many times we just leave them sitting there. Watching Andy Reid doing it again yesterday. You're doggone right. I'm kicking there. What's that? Scores 26-13. It's offside on them, so you're going to be ball at the 1. You know what every guppy of a sheep of a coach in the NFL does now when they get a penalty on the extra point? Every single one of them. It doesn't matter game situation. They run their offense out there to go for 2. Take advantage of that big yard you got. Not Andy Reid. No, we're kicking it. We're kicking. Man kicks field goals, kicks extra points. It's amazing. Who's the only undefeated team again? Not that that's the only reason. But back to the original point. The Heat, and justifiably, okay? I'm not starting some campaign here, okay? That's not my point. My point is the reality of today's NFL. And Doug Peterson now shoots to the top of those hot seat rankings when you turn on ESPN every Monday morning, as I'm sure Shad and others do down there for the rest of the year. That's where it's going to be, because guess what's going to happen here? The losses are coming because now you're going to be under talented, especially depending on the length of absence for these receivers. I mean, where do we go for receivers? Practice squad? I mean, seriously, if there's any trade involving a Jaguar. By the way, here's another thing. This is a good point pointed out yesterday. I think I was in the press box. Hicken or Martineau, maybe? D-Rock. That's who it was. If they make a trade, okay, either way, you know what that tells you? That the GM is safe. Because if the GM is not safe, you're not letting him trade away any part of your future, good, bad, or indifferent. No. Hands off. We're not doing anything till the end of the year, and then we'll decide. If Trent Baalke has the freedom to make trades here in the next week, especially if it involves getting rid of talent for future resources, tells you he'll be back. But we veered off. Ultimately, the first line of accountability comes with the coach and the coaching. And there's also this little ditty that is on Coach P's resume. He has hired a disaster of a defensive coordinator. I mean, it's a disaster. Is it not, ladies and gentlemen? Am I wrong?
You ain't wrong.
I mean, we are terrible on defense. Analytically, bold statistically, we are god-awful. We're god-awful in every situation. We're okay on third down yesterday, okay. But we are the worst defense in the league. And I know we're only fourth worst when it comes to yards per game. All right, at 382 after giving up another 400 yesterday, I think it was. We are also third worst, in points per game. And I don't say this for Ryan Nielsen, whatever. I say this for Doug Peterson. You hired him. You fired the entire defensive staff, and we're worse. And, buddy, Josh Hines Allen, I went to bat for you all year last year. Said there wasn't any such thing as a contract year. Mea culpa. I changed my mind. Yeah. Now, we'll say the only thing in Josh Hines Allen's defense is they developed a 17.5 sack guy and then said, let's change him. I got an idea. We got a guy with 17.5 sacks. Let's put 15 pounds and put his hand in the dirt. So it's going to fall with increasing intensity on Doug Peterson as we play out this season that's not going to end well. With all due respect to Evan Ingram, it was worse late. I guess it was. They were 4-8 rather than 2-6. This thing is over. All right, here's Trevor. And but what an awful time to pick to lose your first fumble of the year after we focused so much on ball security and among other, through some ups and downs and some rightful criticism. That's the one area that he had so buttoned up. And here we are inside the 5 in the fourth quarter in a hard-fought game, and he puts it on the ground.
Yeah, I was obviously disappointed and turned the ball over there, backed up, and given them an easy touchdown pretty much. Definitely affected the game, so that's disappointing. I thought, I honestly thought I was going to break the tackle and scramble, so I kind of moved it to the other hand to get out of so I could use my offhand to try to get him off me, and he made a good play and made the tackle, and somehow, I don't know what hit the ball, something hit the ball, and just got to take care of it, in that situation. Even if I throw it away or check it down and we don't get it and we punt, that's still better and puts our defense in a position where they can get a stop and prevent them from scoring. So I didn't help them out there.
Yeah, I'll do a little coaching here. All right? Let me do a little coaching. That was an answer in this, that, or the other. It's not about thought you could run, thought you could scramble, thought you were still going to make a play. No. Not about any of those things. And I appreciate the answer you're going through. This is about one thing: ball security. Do not roam around behind the line of scrimmage carrying the ball like a loaf of bread in one hand, no matter what. And if you're going to roll out to the left, then tuck the doggone ball up underneath your left armpit. It's not about, I thought I could do this, or I thought I could do that, or read this, or throw it away. Next time I'll throw it. You didn't have time to throw it away. That man was going to tackle you. You put it in your right hand, it's going to get knocked out. Put it under your left arm until you sense nothing around you. That was yesterday's ball security disaster, quite frankly. Again, dug him a hole. To his credit, he carried him out, and the cynics see, he had a fourth quarter comeback against a prevent defense. A prevent defense. The Packers are up 7 in the fourth. Ain't nobody playing prevent. They're playing defense, trying to win a football game. But that just, you can't give him a 4-yard touchdown, man. Too hard. And even with that, again, it's 27-27. There's so many, there's so much to button up here, and this is where, again, to full circle it, and then we'll go to break. It comes back to Doug Peterson and the increasing temperature of the hot seat that's going to come. These are, there's a lot of coaching stuff here going on outside of, when he elects to go for it on fourth down. These pre-snap penalties, yesterday the tackling was terrible, but at the end of the day, the defense is just getting worse by the outing. Just worse by the outing. From an offensive standpoint, we'll say this: even though they did come back, problem is that wasn't the Patriots. That was the Packers. You can't have scoreless first quarters and be down 10-0 in the second every week either. By the way, before the offense finally got going. Anyway, just a disappointing. It is what it is. And this is the hard part. Like, we talked about this a little bit last week. Now, we haven't been in this position. Usually when we're this bad, we know we're this bad, and you are I don't even remember what we do. Do we draft talk today? I don't remember what we do when you've tanked this bad, this quickly with this talent. Football Fix when we return. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duct Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Georgia and Florida renew their rivalry at Everbank Stadium on Saturday afternoon. The Bulldogs are the 17-point favorite. The total 52.5. Both teams coming off the bye week. 2 weeks ago, Florida outscored Kentucky 48-20 as a 2.5-point underdog, while Georgia beat up on Texas 30-15 in Austin. Florida State hosting North Carolina Saturday at Doak Campbell Stadium. The visiting Tar Heels 2.5-point favorites, 50.5 the total. UCF a 5.5-point home favorite with Arizona at FBC Mortgage Stadium. And coming up on Sunday, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars, a 7.5-point dog at the Eagles. Cash back for every bet with a G-Bank signature Visa card. VSIN.com/GBank. Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Are spooky plumbing problems haunting your home this Halloween? Don't be scared. Call Duct Rooter, your ghost-busting plumbing heroes.
Hi there, I'm Brian, your friendly plumber. Is your toilet making ghostly groans? Or is your sink dripping like a vampire's fangs?
Don't let plumbing problems give you the heebie-jeebies. Call Duct Rooter at 904-862-6769 and chase those spooky issues away.
Duct Rooter, because even plumbing nightmares deserve a happy ending. Quacktastic service guaranteed.
Why go big or go home when you can go epic and save at Arlington Toyota? Mia here, and right now you can lease a new 2024 Corolla LE for only $89 a month. A new 2025 Camry SE for only $129 per month. Need an SUV? Then lease a new 2024 RAV4 XLE for only $199 per month. Our friends at Arlington even have epic lease savings on trucks too. Go epic and save big at Arlington Toyota. Shop arlingtontoyota.com today.
Wow, John, my Clearwater sprinkler system looks great.
All right, Frank, let's go ahead and program your Rainbird timer. How many minutes do you want the zones to run?
John, I think we run from the front 20, the sides 15, the back 10, the garden 5. Clearwater scores!
Well, that's a first, Frank, but you're the boss.
Clearwater irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage to
ClearwaterJags.com.
These are interesting economic times. That's why it's so important to have someone you can count on. That's ITP Partners. Jacksonville folks taking care of our Jacksonville money. Experience? You best believe you want to give your hard-earned money to folks you trust. Jeff Hartman, Chris Bryan, Dan Abel, Reed Wingate, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reagan Wright have the expertise and knowledge to help clients in their financial lives, focusing on investment management, financial planning, and risk management. ITP Partners. Financial partners for life. Securities offered through American Portfolios Financial Services, Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
She's seen and heard all over 1010XL's video and social channels.
Whether the big cats are at the bank or on the road, I'm there too. Follow my updates all season long, on air and online.
All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota.
If you're ready to transform your yard with a fence that stands out, elevate your curb appeal with Superior Fence and Rail. Superior takes pride in offering first-class service, friendly installers, and unmatched fence products. Mention this ad and get $250 off your next project. It's time to get off the fence and call today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Welcome to ABS Advanced Business Solutions, your local authorized technology partner and home to Xerox copiers.
Advanced Business Solutions.
What's good, sports bettors? It's your boy Eats to the T here, and I'm hoping everyone had a profitable betting weekend on my bookie. And guess what? The New York Giants travel to face the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are a 6-point favorite at home with a 36.5-point over-under on the game. Are the Steelers for real? They started Russell Wilson and put up 37 points themselves last week against the Jets defense. And the Giants, them boys on the struggle bus with a volatile quarterback and a hurt offensive line. In a vacuum, this one's telling me to take the Steelers, given the points and the over-under. But who you going to take? Guys, my bookie has the best sign-up bonus in the industry for Florida bettors. Our listeners can just sign up and use my promo code 1010XL to claim that bonus that doubles your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. That's promo code 1010XL to claim your double deposit bonus for Monday Night Football. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with my bookie. Come on, somebody.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyoublow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
For birthdays, anniversaries, or any situation that requires something really special, visit the Kuhn Flowers showroom on Beach Boulevard and select something that you can't find anywhere else. 1010XL's Andrew Gibson here, and that's the direction I head, Kuhn Flowers.
Electricians, innovators, and tech enthusiasts, listen up. Miller Electric is shaping the future, and we want you to be a part of it. From healthcare and data centers, corporate offices, aviation, and industrial facilities, Miller Electric is powering the most exciting projects in Jacksonville and beyond. We offer not just a job, but a thrilling career with great pay and incredible benefits. Visit us at millercareers.com to apply. Miller Electric, where your skills meet our vision, an equal opportunity employer.
Former Gator and Jaguars linebacker Mike Peterson and Mandarin standout and Gator cornerback Fred Weary will be inducted into the Florida-Georgia Hall of Fame. For tickets to the celebration lunch Friday, November 1st, go to GAFLJax.com.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
It was disappointing for the Jag defense to give up the late big play that resulted in costing them the game, says head coach Doug Peterson.
It's disappointing that, we were able to give up that. Credit them. They hit it, put them in position to win the game.
The Jag head coach thought his quarterback Trevor Lawrence played well, but he really liked the support Trevor got.
He did a nice job. I give a credit to those receivers and those tight ends and the offensive line. Those guys, they made plays for him.
Quarterback Trevor Lawrence, following the game, commented on the team's slow start in the first half.
A few things a little different. I think that's every game, though. There's going to be a plan for their defensive plan for us and what we do and what they see on tape. They have a plan just as we have a plan to play them.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update, I'm Sam Nelson.
10XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Revving it up on a Monday morning. Jags are idled down, baby. Missing a couple of spark plugs. Pistons and rods aren't firing. It's a tough one to lose at home yesterday. Listening to the talk there. We need a new scriptwriter, I guess, see? They say that, you see your best football, your best execution in your first couple of possessions when you're scripting those first 10 plays. And that leads to one curiosity I had from the game plan right out of the gates yesterday. So riddle me this, E. A week ago, we went and put our stamp on a victory over the Patriots by running the ball, a franchise record 16, 17 straight times. Is that correct?
Correct.
Tank Bigsby was kind of the talk of the league to a degree last week. Certainly the talk here of the town after he busted out with a career game. Correct?
Correct.
Listen, we all said all week, let's don't defer. Let's just take the ball. But we defer. We force a punt, which makes deferring look like a good choice. We get the ball for the first time. And coming off of a dominant run performance from both your offensive line and your running back himself, a franchise record 16 straight runs, what do? Pass, pass, pass. Make it make sense. Huh? Make it make sense. You were just starting. We talk about it. You want to know why we have these talks of searching for an identity? Well, hold on now. We found it last week, I thought. We imposed our will on New England. Imposed it. Ran the ball an unheard of 16 straight times. Maybe 17. I don't know what the number is. It keeps moving. And so what do we do after showing this? What, try and fool them? Pass, pass, pass. None of them any good, by the way. And, we need a new scriptwriter. We're scripting the first 10 plays. That's what we come up with. If you're scripting the first 10, 3 and out, not a good look. We have a lot of those, and the slow starts continue again back-to-back weeks. Fell behind 10-0. Well, FSU Miami went about as I expected. The number wasn't as big as I would have predicted, but really 36-14 could have easily been 52-7. The fall for FSU continues, and it is trickling down off the field. Man, they're going to have they got a real fire going on over there with apparently no exit route. It's like they're in a burning building and the doors are locked. You can't get out of the Mike Norvell deal, even if, and is that the move? They're having a terrible year. It's hard to believe you got a right guy if you're now 1-7, isn't it? If you're that's all. That was great last year. Will Muschamp went 11-1. How'd that work? Mike DuBose had an 11-1 year at Alabama. How'd that go? This way trumps last year's success. Way trumps. This is way more unimpressive than last year was impressive. And to have nothing ready to go when your talent departs, especially at the important position of quarterback, and relying on a cast-off, hand-me-down transfer quarterback that being his third stop, probably wasn't the best plan. And Miami thumped them 36-14. FSU, 248 yards of offense, and they got about 70 on that weird quarterback sneak where he just kind of emerged from the pack and ran 70. And now to the trickle down. After the loss, another blow to the recruiting class. 4-star wide receiver, C.J. Wiley, decommitting from FSU Sunday afternoon. He was number 187 in the top 300. He's the 5th ESPN 300 prospect to pull his pledge from FSU since the start of the regular season. He committed to FSU back in July over LSU and Georgia. Lasted all of 4 months, and I think we keep our eye on Big Saul, don't we? Solomon Thomas over there at Reigns, and we've never gotten any indication of a waiver out of him. He's been in the studio with us 2 or 3 times. He's committed. He likes the staff over there. He likes the offensive line coach over there. It's interesting to talk to these kids and really see what connects with them. So often it's your position coach. Having the right guys there are going to help you big time in recruiting. But, man, if it just continues to fall off the map, do you want to go over there and be a part of a total rebuild and go through what, the program went through, transitioning out of Jimbo through Willie Taggart and into this? I don't know. The offensive skill position players certainly don't want to. This is another highly touted receiver who's left the class. They've also, the exodus began in September. 4-star defenders, Javian Hilson, number 76, Myron Charles, number 178. Pulled their verbal pledges. In October, 4-star receiver Malik Clark and 4-star receiver Dalen McCutcheon left the cell. So that's 3 4-star receivers, all ranked in the top 180 in the entire country, that Mike Norvell and the Knowles have lost, and it's not going to get any better. That's the problem. There's not going to be any reboot of positive momentum. There's no opportunity for it. So, yeah, that's a burning building, and all the doors are locked. Fire the band. We got a football fix. Let me just squeeze this in real quick. Get some scores and notes from around the National Football League. Sunday Night Football last night. Oh, the story there is the heartbreaking fantasy loss I had. Good grief, man. It always hurts when you lose by less than a point. If you're in a league that plays fractions, when you lose by 0.45. When you have CeeDee Lamb and he went for 34 last night, only to realize you're playing against Brock Purdy and Kittle. 1 less receiving yard from Kittle. 1 less. I'll win the game. Oof. Anyhow, it's not about me. 49ers did get a very much-needed win. They're 4-4, beat the Cowboys last night, and Dallas's inability to win big games and Dak's performance in these high-profile matchups continues to be a storyline. Told you about the Hail Mary that heard around the world. That'll be the play of the year in the NFL. Not a good look for the Bears in so many ways. The young man that I told you that when the play started had his back to the line of scrimmage, taunting the crowd, he's also one that sprinted in and happened to be the one whose hand got on the ball and knocked, that it bounced off of and ultimately into the arms for the game winner. Chiefs just going to Chief. Give it up for Mr. Taylor Swift. He got in the end zone yesterday. Mahomes had a couple. 27-20 Chiefs beat the Raiders. The Raiders are cast-offs like the Jags at 2-6. Broncos over the Patriots. Broncos are playing good defense. I'm getting enough out of Bo Nix, who went tight end crazy yesterday. Broncos are 5-3. What's our record, E?
Oh, dear.
Bills 6-2. Just thumped the Seahawks yesterday on the road. Josh Allen, I saw, had his first interception. J.K. Dobbins been a nice find for the Chargers. They're 4-3, beat the Saints yesterday. Man, New Orleans started 2-0. They may go 2-14 the way they're playing. Texans over the Colts. Anthony Richardson and his inaccuracy continues to be a problem. He also left the game for a play yesterday. You want to know why? You ready? I never heard this in my life. Maybe big defensive lineman, and it goes untold. I've never heard a quarterback leave a game for a play, and this be the explanation. You ready? Did you see the explanation?
No.
He was tired. Falcons beat the Bucs 31-26. Falcons are 5-3, but they're 4-0 against NFC South opposition, and that's going to bode well as we get to the second half of the season. I haven't listened to the press conference yesterday. I like to play the weekly game of who will Aaron Rodgers blame this week? Maybe it'll be the poor corner that got beat on the slant there late, or maybe it'll be the defensive line that couldn't keep the Patriots out of the end zone. But that same Patriots team that we whooped last week in London, yeah, A-Rod and his new coach and his new receiver and all his best pals went to New England and lost yesterday, now the same record as the Patriots at 2-6. So that'll do it for the A-Rod experiment in New York. Well, money well spent. Oh, Tua and the Dolphins had it, didn't they? Seemed to be in control for the Cardinals. They'd build these 8-point leads, and the Cardinals would get it back within 6 and miss the 2-point conversion, and they let them hang around. Cardinals beat them on a last-second field goal. The Dolphins' offense, it's amazing how much of a difference it is just having Tua in there. And guys that have been absent, especially for you fantasy football players, the H.A.N.s and Tyreek Hills of the world have returned, but Dolphins 2-5 lose at home to the Cardinals yesterday. The Lions put up 52 on the Titans yesterday. I saw Calvin Ridley had a big stat line. Who cares? Jameis eating those W's. Browns 2-6. What's our record? Beat the Ravens yesterday. Man, these funky division games, you never know, do you? It's a bad loss for Baltimore, though, who had won 5 straight after 2 straight to lose the year. Bengals are in that category of the Jaguars' ultimate disappointments this year. There's 3 or 4 of us that are more disappointing than others. The Bengals are one of those for sure. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin and the home course to Joe and Tickery Coffee Club. Pick and rival. More come your way next on the Monday Morning Quarterback. DivorcementOnly.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Good drives bring more points. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville brings you the drive of the game.
Great job.
On 1010XL. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Let's start the debate. Why would someone buy a new car from you? We have an exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle. We offer a competitive wow price plus free oil changes. How much will someone get for their trade? We offer more than $4,000 over KBV value. Well, we never lose a trade over price. Okay, when is the best time to buy a car? Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter which side you pick. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, you get it all. Let us show you why we're the winning vote.
They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jax, so we gotta play like the experts we are. Now, who are we?
Roland Reach Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjax.com.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
If you're getting married or want to upgrade your bands, now is the time at Beard's Diamonds.
Because it's Beard's Diamonds' incredible buy one, get one on wedding band sale.
At the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com.
Fear the Spear.
Plant your spear and get the latest news and notes from Tallahassee.
It's all about Tomahawk Nation on the Seminole Report. Brought to you by your local Ag Pro, your home team on 1010XL.
Hacker here, and guys, the countdown is over. I didn't just hit the 100-pound mark. I blew past it thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. 107 pounds gone just like that. More weight than a quarter keg of beer. Speaking of beer, here's where it gets fun. We're throwing a big celebration at Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra Beach. Yeah, you heard that right. A weight loss party at Mr. Chubby's. The irony's juicier than their wings, but here's the thing. I can celebrate at Mr. Chubby's and still keep the pounds off. If you didn't know, yes, wings are still on the menu while losing weight with Awaken 180 weight loss. Join me in 1010XL on November 9th for the Florida and Texas game, and you could win a spot at my table. Food is included. There'll be ticket giveaways and more for the celebration. If I can shed a whole Mr. Chubby and still throw a party at one, what's holding you back? Call Awaken 180, 844-346-1800, or hit up awaken180weightloss.com and let's get it done.
After a storm passes, the assessment of the aftermath begins. Sometimes damage to the roof is obvious, like leaks or missing shingles, broken or damaged gutters, or tree debris. But storm damage is not always as clearly present. Universal Roof and Contracting is here to help and will come assess your roof for any hidden damage. Call Universal Roof to schedule your free roof inspection at 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
David Lane here again for Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. After several surgeries for age-old issues, mainly my back and shoulders, there's no doubt that Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is my sustaining resource for living pain-free. Take it from me, and I'm being really honest here, there's no better orthopedic facility here in Jacksonville.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey, Hicken here with a message from Zerorez. Can you believe they've been cleaning carpets in Jacksonville now for 20 years? Dave Benyon and his family and staff, so grateful and appreciate you. They're great customers. So October is birthday month for Zerorez. What are we doing? Just say happy birthday, Zerorez. We'll give you $50 off. That's right, $50 off carpet, towel and grout, upholstery, area rugs. Ooh, Zerorez, man. You spell it forwards, Zerorez. Spell it backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called The Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank N.A. member FDIC.
Find your why with membership at the First Coast YMCA. The Y has something for everyone at any age. Come try free access to your local Y every Wellness Wednesday this month. Check out our fitness classes, swimming, pickleball, youth sports, and so much more for free every Wednesday in October. Plus, we'll waive the join fee when you become a member this month. Get active, be social, live healthier, and discover all the benefits of YMCA membership at your local Y or visit fcymca.org.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Prize Picks. Florida State's performance against Miami has been described as hapless. One head coach, Mike Norvell, gave an apology for it.
I apologize for the outcome of that game. The game means so much to this program, to our university.
Hurricane head coach Mario Cristobal, following the victory over FSU, commented on the growth of the Cane program.
2 years ago, we stood up here and talked about building it. A couple of years later into this, to see a victory like that and earn the title of state champions.
Florida State lost more than just the game to Miami on Saturday after falling to 1-7. Four-star wide receiver C.J. Riley on Sunday evening pledged that he was backing off his pledge to FSU and reopening his recruitment. Riley originally chose the Seminoles over Georgia and LSU, among others. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
At 7:01, it's 67 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
You know it.
I've come to talk with you again.
You know it.
Because a vision softly
Yes,
creeping
sir. Yada hada.
Hi.
Hello, darkness.
And the vision
My old friend.
that was
A friend of mine. Get out of here, darkness.
Darkness shows up every Monday during football season around these parts. Hasn't gone away for 30 plus years.
Seems that way.
We just lose and lose and lose and lose and lose.
Because of the offense, the defense, special teams.
Lose. Can't beat anybody at home.
Yeah, that's weird, man. That's like we used up all our juice at the end of 2022.
Quite honestly, looking back, how we beat the Chargers is a miracle. So,
do you ever go from 0 to 100 on a thought? Like there's a thought that's not in your head at all, and then it's just overbearing. For me, it's like Doug Peterson's job security. Maybe I'm just late to the party. I haven't really thought about it one way or the other, but this I saw the Halloween costume on the Fox skit. You see that one?
No.
You take a pair of jeans, you burn the seat out of the back, and you go as Doug Peterson. You're on the hot seat. Yeah, because they're about to this is about to go off the rails here, dude. Now I do think it's like 3 or 4 1 year, maybe.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yesterday was again. You don't come back from 0-4,
right?
You don't come back from 1-5.
Back at 0-2.
You don't come back from 2-6.
No,
But 2-6 is the final straw.
Although they did come back from 2, you do, but it's like one in a generation kind of thing.
Yeah, 2-6, and you don't win. You don't know how to win. Good teams win. See Green Bay. Good teams find ways to win.
Bad teams find ways to lose. And you just hate to think your team is the bad team, but we are in that equation, DNA-wise.
It's like we were hurrying to score, and I thought, as all Jag fans thought, we're scoring with too much time left on the clock because LaFleur.
Yeah, I don't know.
I knew LaFleur had something in his back pocket because he's a good coach, and he's proven that. I thought he stepped into Aaron Rodgers, MVP Aaron Rodgers, and just milked that. 13-3, 12-4. I said, well, no, this guy can coach. This guy takes Malik Willis, goes and loses his quarterback, takes Malik Willis,
wins 2 games,
runs the ball down the Colts' throat. And so the Titans gear up to stop the run, and the next week he play actions them to death.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he does. He's a good coach.
For sure.
And he had the play on. And then these guys in our locker room are trying to tell us, oh, that's the old crap route. It works every time. Really? If it works every time, why don't we run it ever?
Thank you.
I mean, are you kidding me? It works every time. It works every time because you guys aren't very good at what you do.
And that's the bigger problem
craft.
here. And I hear you. In a perfect world, you score with less time. I'm not quibbling how or when we get there. Yeah. We're down 27-20. What am I going to just run clock here because I'm so good? I'm going to punch it in from the 7 with 30 seconds. So it's on the defense, man. They fail over and over and over.
No, it's a collaborative.
At 27, I'm talking about. I'm talking about that when you score that touchdown.
But guess what? In the first quarter, when the offense was sunning themselves on the sideline,
I hear
the defense is battling their butts off, and the offense is handing them 15 yards for the 5th quarter of the season.
Yeah.
When every other team in the NFL has like 2 quarters of 15 yards. We got like 5.
Yeah. For sure. And it's especially disconcerting coming out of the gates because this is when you're supposed to be popping. That's when the script is in play.
No, it's just terrible. Terrible. And, it's on everybody. Everybody. But, yeah.
I was talking specifically about scoring too fast. That's all I meant. You score when you can. You count on your defense to not let them. I mean, I'm worried about
count
getting
on
a field goal.
anybody. You can't count on anyone, though.
Well,
and if you can't count on anyone because your team sucks, sorry, Junie Bug, then you do milk the clock a little bit. Because guess what? If I do score with 1:40 left or whatever it was, I bet you they're going to score 2.
Yeah, they're not good enough to milk the clock. Get a score and be happy.
We're not good at anything. We're not good at anything. You want to clap it up for Trev because, man, he's got none of his receivers out there. He's put the team on his back. But, bro, you can't give him 14.
No, you
can't. By the way, defense, at any point, you could have stopped him on either of those drives and only gave him 3 instead of 7. But you don't do that either.
Yeah.
It's everybody. They all stink.
For sure. But there's levels of issues for sure. The way I characterized yesterday is he dug him a hole and he got him out of it.
Yeah.
And that's not enough. You can't.
It's not enough.
It's not enough to get this team out of it. You got to put them way ahead and then hope. We could have been the one up 10. We'd have lost mine 4. Yeah.
So then the question,
what happens?
So then the question you ask is, now that I've watched 8 games of the 2024 Jaguars, the fair question is, I'll take this off the air, Coach. Does Trevor have to be damn near perfect for you to win? He had a career-high 371, and they won that game. Does he have to be perfect for us to have any chance of winning?
Well, your point is valid from this standpoint. 307 yards passing, 104 rating, 3 touchdowns accounted for, and it's not
one
enough.
Just god-awful turnover. They just can't have. And the other one, not good. Not good. And, so I don't know, man. It's just frustrating. It's just the same old song and dance, and it's another wasted year at Trevor Lawrence, and this is year 4, and really all we have to show is a memorable half a season in 22. And we all thought we were ahead of schedule, and now we're behind schedule.
Well, no, we haven't, and then we have more than a half a season in 23. That's what makes it so hard to digest. We turned the corner. We won the playoff game. We played 11 games of what we're supposed to play. We won road games at New Orleans and Pittsburgh. How does it just disappear?
I don't know.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
They're terrible. They're a terrible team.
It's going to be a sweaty stretch for the head coach.
Let me give you boys just a preview of Philadelphia on Sunday.
Yeah, they're getting
Remember
going.
The Buffalo game Monday?
Yeah.
Get ready for that.
Right. And we're like, and that, by the way,
that's coming.
That's why we were flexed, what you saw yesterday. Yeah. And thank God we were.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be 44-14.
All right. Why do you get mad? Don't get mad.
I'm
be
not
grateful
mad.
that, I'm telling the listeners, be grateful that we got flexed so we don't have to go through the national embarrassment one more time. It's just this team just doesn't have it. They don't know how to win. They just don't know how to win. They don't know how to play. They're the most uncomplimentary. Everybody talks about complimentary football. Coaches talk about it. It's very simple. Defense makes a mistake. Offense picks them up. Offense does something good. Defense follows up with something good. Special teams kicks in. It's called complimentary football. The only compliment we have is the punter, again, for the of the 30 years we've been watching the Jags. For about the 25th year, our kicking is top notch.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some success stories tucked away in the draft. Cam Little's the first late round pick we've had hit.
Holy cow, man! It's just unbelievable. I can't even. I'm just numb to it, man. I'm numb to it. I feel for the fans.
They're so close.
They can't see him win at the bank.
It's just frustrating because they're so close. There's enough. When you're losing on last-second kicks to Houston and Green Bay, you're good enough to be a high-level team. It's annoying.
I don't know that they're close. I mean,
okay.
They're close in score sometimes.
Well,
sometimes,
got to hit those
and sometimes
plays.
They're not. They just don't win. They don't know how to win. The Packers won with a backup quarterback and a quarterback on one leg.
Yeah, and a running
back.
Our
guys after the game, we it's just I don't even want to hear them anymore in the locker room. I don't even want to go to the what's the point? What are they going to say? I don't blame them, but I mean, my God, it's like, well, we did some good things. We got to learn from it. When are we going to stop learning and start executing? It makes no sense. It's just, it's diabolical, man. You can't
give up 170 yards rushing.
Can't do that either.
I mean, that's NFL.
And how about you finally fight back and before you tie the game, you fight back earlier in the game, you take the lead, and then the defense takes a series off, and they run it right down
the field.
When they got a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Backup quarterback.
Took the 17-13 lead, and you let Josh Jacobs just 4 carries, 70 yards. How'd you like that lead?
I don't understand. I mean,
it's frustrating. There's just a little off. I mean, I think here's the weird thing.
I
feel, and maybe it's because everyone else disappeared. I feel more clear about the core now than I did before the season started when we had higher hopes.
What do you mean?
I can grab you 8 guys and with the right stuff win. There's enough talent here. I think that. I've seen enough.
Who are the 8?
I can come up with 8.
Go ahead.
I can give you 8 to start a football
team
with.
Go ahead. Give me 8.
Easy.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Probably more.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I'm going Trevor.
Yeah.
I'm going Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
I'm going Evan Ingram. I'm going a tackle for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going. I guess I'll go with Harrison. I'm going with Josh Hines Allen. I'm going with Trayvon Walker.
Mm-hmm.
There's 6.
Okay.
And you just
Josh Hines Allen, huh?
What are you going to cut him, Mick?
No. You just told me you're giving me guys that we're going to win with, and he ain't playing winning football.
Well, he's not right now, but he has
right now. We're 8
sacks.
games into the season. Season's over.
Well, because he has a career more than these 8 games.
Okay.
Would you right now, if you had the choice,
he'll give us 7 or 8
I'm
sacks
asking
like
you
he
a
does
question.
in every year of his career.
You have a choice to get rid of him and get a new defensive end. Is that what you would do?
Well, who's getting me the defensive end?
I'm asking you. You are.
I'll find you somebody better.
Okay.
You're damn right I will.
All right.
Yeah. I'm not saying cut him. I'm just saying I'll find somebody better, though.
Well, he's not going to the bench, is he?
Well, I'll find somebody better. I mean, he's a guy. He's a good dude. Plays hard. He's, 6 to 9 sack guy a year, which you got to have those guys. But he shouldn't be your star. Well, he's
the 7th pick in the draft as a rush end. He should be, for sure.
His play tells me he's not a star.
Okay.
He's not a star. So all of them got warts. So I don't know. It's just depressing. The defense gives up 30, and they talk about playing good. It's just mind-boggling.
Well, yeah, it's this. I tried the tough love the offensive line earlier this year, called them soft, and they responded. I felt clearly they were listening. And I called the defense for just how atrocious they've been, and they just backed it up.
Let me get the Dreamfinders poll questions in quick. I got a couple of them just for fun. Brought to you by our friends at Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, the Gators, the PGA Tour. Man, they are. I saw a commercial for Dreamfinders Homes on TV last night. Those homes are beautiful, man. I can't believe you can get a 2.99% interest rate year one. Woo! What stat from the Jags loss bothers you the most, guys? 1 of 9 on third downs, 2 Trevor turnovers, giving up 170 rushing yards, or 8 penalties to 3 by the Pack.
Oof, yes.
I know.
The most damaging of all was you can't fumble inside the 5. You got to secure the ball. Also didn't like he's like, well, I should have thrown it away. No. None of you didn't have time to do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Memo to self, if you are going to spin and roll out blind, you become a ball carrier.
Threw it in his left hand with one hand. The guy, he said, I don't know what happened. The guy punched it out. That's what happened.
Well, he doesn't know what happened because he's also prone to just bouncing it off his knee, we've learned.
And by the way, they hadn't had a sack the whole game.
It was most unfortunate.
E, what do
A
you
little
vote
bit of luck there.
E,
I
what
mean,
do
he
you
wasn't
vote
even
for?
trying to punch. He just happened to hit it.
1 and 9 on third downs.
1 and 9 on third downs is tough, too.
Yeah, that's the leader with 38.5. We got 900 votes. 34.3, 170 rushing yards. 2 Trevor turnovers, 23.1. 8 penalties to 3, 4.1. So then why not a bonus Dreamfinders Homes Bowl question? Now that the season is finito, how do you plan to spend Sundays? Anywhere but the bank? Golf course tee times? Gone fishing? Hate them, but still watch.
4. The D by a trillion miles.
Okay.
For me.
E? He was at the bank yesterday.
I was at the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still watching as much as they,
well, good.
they
62% are still hating them, but still watching. So God bless those people for that. That's brought to you by our friends at Dreamfinders Homes. Ladies and gentlemen, again, 2.9%, 15 communities. Go to dreamfindershomes.com, especially if you're a first-time home owner. More and more are you doing it, by the way. Tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you. You'll be glad they did. We got Big Bo coming up here next. We'll break it down with our left tackle and see what he thinks the problem is. It's happening right now on a Monday edition of the Dream.
This is your Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
The most maddening thing about this freaking offense is they cannot convert third and short. And it happened again yesterday. Over and over. It's the easiest play in football. And we line up in a shotgun and we just throw it short of the sticks, or we miss a guy, or we hand it off and we get stuff right. We just 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times in a row to start the game. We could not convert third down. It's really mind-numbing and hard to imagine a team can be so poor at something so somewhat simple. And that's your Duval Minute. It's brought to you by Lift Power, man. Check out Lift Power. You want to talk about a great company in Jacksonville, and they're looking for a few good men and women. Experienced lift truck and dock and door technicians. Listen to the benefits. 401k, company vehicle, paid training, sign-on bonus. Man, that offer is too good to pass up. They're winners. Come see why Lift Power has been voted one of the best places to work for the past several years. The rapidly growing business has proudly served the Jacksonville area for more than 50 years. That's family-owned and operated. Want you to be part of the family. Don't let this opportunity slip by. All you got to do is go to liftpower.com. That's liftpower.com.
Relive the best moments from the weekend's games.
That's what superstars do.
Post-game Monday.
Expert analysis of Sunday's game all day.
Brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, imagine having a doctor to you any day or any time. That's why I'm talking to you guys about my doctor, Rick Townsend. Look, I've been going to Doc T for a long time, and he's great. Took great care of me. You know what? But he's decided to take a exciting personal leap into the world of concierge medicine. You bet I'm going with him. Why? Because I can call Doc T anytime. I can get an appointment with Doc T. If I'm sick, I can go in and see him today. I can go in and see him tomorrow. Sometimes with doctors, you know, you can't get in for a while. Well, not with Doc T. Medical emergency, here's his phone number. Personal phone number. He'll get right back to you 7 days a week, 24/7. It's like being a member of an exclusive golf club, but the cost's going to surprise you guys. As far as doctors, Rick Townsend is one of the best. Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest, so if it's yearly physicals, office or virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, you name it, Doc T has you covered. Listen, you got a bunch of questions, you'll get all the answers at mypvconcierge.com. mypvconcierge.com. Check it out. You'll be glad you did.
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barra here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barra Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to barriorthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barra Orthopedics.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Ackerman Cancer Center offers women's health, diagnostic, and screening services, including contract-enhanced mammography and total body MRI. Early detection is the key. Visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Hey, Hicken here with a message from Zerorez. Can you believe they've been cleaning carpets in Jacksonville now for 20 years? Dave Benyon, his family, and staff are so grateful of things and appreciate you, their great customers. In fact, October's birthday month for Zerorez. So what are we doing for customers? Just say happy birthday, Zerorez, and we'll give you $50 off. That's $50 off carpet, tile, and grout, upholstery, or area rugs. Zerorez, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zerorez. It's the right way to clean.
Zerorez. The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Googa Nation, it's Dreamfinder's Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinder's Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinder's home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinder's Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a gravy taster from Jacksonville, Florida, me, Dennis Mosley.
Hi, Ken.
Okay, Dennis. 100 plumbers surveyed, top answer on the board. What does it mean if someone says your home has hard water?
It's made of ice? Let's see. Hard water. Oh, is it club soda mixed 4-to-1 with vodka?
Last chance, Dennis. What is hard water?
Oh, is it that lime scale stuff that makes my taps all crusty?
That's right, Dennis. And a water treatment system from Bueller Air and Plumbing will eliminate troublesome lime scale deposits that can ruin your expensive appliances and let your neighbors know for sure that you are cool.
I wonder if I can get me a gin and tonic faucet.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
I mean, you've worked hard enough that you've got a collection of nice things at this point, or cars or boats or your toys, so to speak. You need some place to put them, right? The wife told you, listen, this is it. You got to get this stuff out of here. Come discover luxury storage life at the Shed, opening soon in Atlantic Beach, okay? It's a place for an office, a golf simulator, just make a man cave. AC and plumbing are available there. List of premium uses is endless. Find out more at theshedjacks.com. You can also take a tour on Instagram. This place is just different. There's nothing like it out at Atlantic Beach. You can be guaranteed of that. And it's an opportunity, again, for you to protect your valuables in an unbelievable setup, man. Maybe you've run out of room. They've got you covered at the Shed. Go to theshedjacks.com or call 555-3195 today. Visit theshedjacks.com. Find out what I'm talking about. Take a tour on IG or call 555-3195.
When the Dogs and Gators cross the bridge, the world's largest cocktail party becomes a fight on the First Coast.
The party of the year.
Florida-Georgia Week is celebrated by Kingfish Pest Control and Ackerman Urology and Cancer Center on 1010XL.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? You have questions? Call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it. It's Hall of Fame Monday with Tony Boselli. Brought to you by Heritage Roofing of North Florida. Hall of Fame Quality Roofing Solutions.
Yeah. Can't wait to hear what the big fella's got to say. Just almost want to just pitch him the ball. And
Tony,
say,
I
go.
saw yesterday they handed off to a backup center. We see him do the tackle eligible. Just wondering why you don't have a touchdown.
I don't know.
Is that the only regret? Why he wouldn't give you a tackle eligible touch? Did you even run one?
No, we didn't even have one in the game.
Because you have the skill set for it. You probably have been pretty good at that, actually.
I played a little tight end in high school, so.
I feel like you would have got in the end zone, Big Boy. I feel like you would have had to want to cross that line.
Yeah, I don't. The dive to the center, backup center. I don't quite understand that one. The Bears.
It ended up not costing them. They got the ball back and scored the next time, and then gave up that Hail Mary.
The Hail Mary.
Oof, that's something.
That's a killer.
Let's talk about ours.
Oh, man.
That's a killer.
Nice job, Tyreek Stevenson. Did you see that clown, number 29? Have you seen that video?
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one to live down. Yeah.
I give him credit in the locker room. He owned it immediately.
Yeah. Well, that's because he knew he was caught.
Sure.
He knew he was caught.
By the way, I said locker room. Maybe that's social media. It
was social media.
Yeah,
it was
different.
after he got caught.
That's fair. Tony, how do you argue this point if fans come up to you or to Dan or I, if we're just talking about it? How do you argue this side of the argument? I don't know what it is, man. They just can't win. Tell me the argument against that, because it's always something, Tone. You know, it's always something. It feels like a DNA as much as a playbook.
They don't know how to win, you know.
Yeah, they
Good teams win, bad teams lose.
They just find a way to not win, no matter what.
Well, I mean, the state's obvious when you're 2-6. I mean, that's not who you are. And basically, the teams, we talk about it a lot in this league, that make the plays when it counts and don't beat themselves with silly, mistakes, win games, because for the most part in the NFL, it's a one-possession game in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Or it comes down to I say it's like a broken record. It comes because it's true. It comes down to 5 or 6 plays a game. You don't know which 1, 5, or 6 are going to be the plays that determine the difference. But right now, there was a lot of positives you take from yesterday watching the tape.
Sure.
And guys played their tails off, and I really appreciate the effort and when it would have been easy down all 3 starting receivers, you're starting left guards out. I mean, you're coming into the game without, with a new left tackle, ETN's out. So you had all the excuses built in at the end in that fourth quarter.
Right.
When you're down 10.
Right.
To say I'm done, or we have no chance. And I give them credit on both sides of the ball because they played their tails off. And offensively, to go down and put 2 drives together with, my guess is, a group of receivers who never have practiced even together.
Yeah.
All at the same time on the field.
Good point.
And to get that done, and to protect and to run the ball, and Trevor, getting to the right guy and guys making plays, that's something you can build on. It's positive. But at the end of the day, whether it's the fans or the front office or the business or the coaching staff or the players or whoever, you just want to win. And it's miserable. It's no fun for anybody. And right now we're just not making the plays.
Right.
Or getting the stops, or we have silly penalties that extend drives for them, or kill our drives. And then we have, then you get into a turnover, something Trevor's been had cleaned up this year until yesterday. Those turnovers turned to 14 points.
Yeah.
And that's how you lose. And that's a good football team. I mean, Green Bay's a good football team. Give them credit. You know, they basically played the whole game with, you know, out there a healthy starting quarterback, because Jordan Love got hurt on the first series and tried to suck it up, couldn't do it. And Malik Willis came in and they throw the ball 4 times in the second half?
Yeah.
And they found a way. And, you know, tip your hat to them. They made plays when you had to, and they made a huge play in that 2-minute drive. Was a really well-designed play, and that was it.
Oh, and they haven't won a big game at the bank in 2 years.
Playoffs.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
It's unbelievable,
it's
man. It's unbelievable, and it's just you know, and as you say all the good things, and there are a lot of good things, and then there's a lot of things that can't happen. You know, 15 yards of offense in a quarter to start the game can't happen. Everybody said, "Hey, man, you can fall down to the Patriots 10-0, but you can't fall down to the Pack 10-0." Well, that's what they did. Yeah. Sure enough, and so, you know, and then like you said, Trevor, man, I want to laud him, and man, what a gutsy, you know, fourth quarter and throwing to those guys. But man, you gave him 14, bro. You can't do that. You can't get it sacked on the 5-yard line, and so it's just and the defense, you know. After the game, those guys, we did some good things. And yeah, you did, but you're playing, like you said.
They gave up 400-something yards. They didn't do anything good.
A one-legged quarterback, 170 rushing yards, and when you take the lead, then you let them run it down your throat and go all the way in for a touchdown.
400 yards and 30 points. There's nothing good about the defensive play yesterday. Stop.
Well, hold on. Let's back up. So, one, the slow starts this team has gone through.
Yeah. I thought they scripted, Tony. I thought that was the deal in the NFL. They script those first 10. That's when you're going to really be at your best.
Well, part of the problem this season at times is the defense early could not get off the field, excuse me.
Right.
I think we had, you know, going into the game, we had given up the most points on opening drives. So, okay, defense came out. Well done. Got to stop. Got the ball. But now, you know, part of the complaints, you know, for the offensive side of the ball is they hadn't had very many opportunities early because the defense could have. Well, now they have opportunities and they didn't do anything with it. They didn't have a first down until 6 minutes to go in the first half. And Trevor was off, I thought, early. Missed some guys. I thought he got, you know, there's some leakage and pressure, and they couldn't run the ball early. And so you're like just shaking your heads like, dang it, our defense is doing their job early. I mean, it's a 0-0 ball game for the whole first quarter. It's like, okay, they're doing their job against a good offense, and our offense can get out of the way. So it's one of those things. It's like it's almost we take turns at times as a team of which side of the ball is not going to play well.
Right.
And that makes it difficult. And then end of the game. And we've seen this a number of times this year. We get a lead, or we get back control of the game, and you need a stop, or the offense has the ball in their hands at the end of the game with a chance to go win it, and neither side of the ball gets it done when it counts.
Right.
You know, or one side of the ball doesn't. That's not fair, because yesterday the offense showed up in the fourth quarter. But you need both sides, and Doug talks about it, and he's right. It's
complementary football, and we don't play. We're uncomplimentary. Yes.
That's right. Right now we're not playing complementary football, and that's how you end up at 2-6, and none of it's good enough. I mean, I think it's fair. Like, you know, the defense felt like they did certain things well,
right?
And I get that they did.
Right.
At the end of the day, when your offense takes a lead and you have a quarterback who is not very proficient in throwing the ball, you just got to say, hey, we're not going to give up the run, and it's just you got to go win, and you got to get them off the ball. Because if you think about that kind of back and forth, we go take the lead. And all the momentum on, you know, in the stadium, the Jaguar sideline. I mean, I was like, man, this is a great position to be in. Backup quarterback,
right?
Offense getting going. Okay, like now let's go finish this off.
I said to myself, Peterson, if you score here, don't you dare go for 2 because you're home, momentum. They're playing a backup quarterback. We win this in overtime. Don't you go for 2, and he didn't. So I was happy about that, but. I agree with you.
But here's the thing. Now the defense gets out there.
Yeah.
Get a 3 and out. Get the ball back.
Yeah.
Get it right back to the offense who's got momentum and put this game out of reach.
Right.
If you go get a 2-possession lead against a backup quarterback,
you got him.
It's probably over.
Yeah. But we don't do
so
that.
Those are the little things. No, and that's why you're 2-6, and that's why we're 2-6. It's all of us. And the fact that those are the moments you have opportunities to win it. Those are like in a 60-minute game. Everyone knows when there's certain moments like, okay, we can go take this right here.
Right.
And the problem is we have not done that.
Yeah, we don't do that.
And that's why we're 2-6. And that's what I would tell anybody is like, well, you're 2-6 because you're not making the plays or getting the stops or taking advantage
When
of
you
the
have to.
opportunities
When you need
when you
to.
have to.
Yeah.
Because that's what winning teams do. If you look at the Green Bay Packers, who are 6-2, the reason they're 6-2 is because the last 2 weeks when they had to go put a drive together,
right,
they did it and kicked field goals with no time left, and they won back-to-back games.
Well, by the way,
that's the difference.
Rap sheet this morning, we know Kirk has a shoulder injury that said he's had a fractured collarbone, out for the season, which seems odd to me, though. But he must need surgery then because 6 weeks usually. Displaced.
If it's a bad break,
yeah.
you have surgery.
And that having
and then
broken a few, that one can go 8. I know it's 6.
Just a couple minutes ago, he says Brian Thomas Jr. MRI on his ribs to determine his status for the week. They may be even more shorthanded. So, and they're going to Philly, and they're going to get mollywopped, Tone. So just mark that one down.
I don't know about that.
Okay, I do, but that's all right.
One, Kirk with a shoulder blade, if he has, if it has to be surgically repaired, I mean that's at least 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe like if you were a team, if we were 6-2 and said
sure, you get them back.
Then you put them. Then you get them back
like they tried last year.
Yeah,
right. Remember, he went down at 8-3, and they tried desperately.
Yep, and so there might have been a chance for that, but my guess is 2-6, unless you can go on quite the run here. It's it's not over, but it's not looking good.
Fair to wonder if that's the last. Is that the last appearance for Christian Kirk in Jacksonville?
I
wonder. Listen, I've made a rule. I'm not talking about off-season moves or
that's fair.
Draft.
You
or
want to do draft talk? You're not doing draft talk today with Pete? You and Pete aren't getting into it?
No, I've told Pete. I said, Pete, do not bring it up because until we are eliminated, we're not talking about the off-season.
So in 2 weeks then?
Who's not?
2 weeks.
2 weeks then? Thanksgiving we'll have a talk.
Because I got news for you, Tone. It ain't November 1st on the calendar, and these boys are cooked. Cooked.
I disagree.
I know you do. God bless you, and I'm glad you're part of the. That's why you're on the wall, and I'm not.
Well, part of it's because what I saw yesterday. Had a group of guys who were beat up and down a lot of stuff. There was zero fight. I mean, there was zero quit. There was a ton of fight in them.
I saw the same thing with the Raiders. I saw the same thing with all the losers around the league.
I get that.
Patriots.
I'm
not killing you. I hear you.
I know. I'm just telling you.
He's right.
The defense needs. Listen, both sides need to play better.
Yeah.
You got to be smart. But I've just been in this league too long. When everyone says, "Oh, you have no chance," or "You're going to get blown out," or whatever. Sometimes it does happen, but I think these guys are going to go fight up in Philly. I really do.
Okay.
And part of the reason is what I saw in that fourth quarter when the offense had receivers who were not in the game plan to do what they did.
All right.
And having to play 2 tight ends and ask Evan Ingram basically to go out there and play an outside receiver at times and to move the ball and to be effective and to protect and Trevor to operate and make the throws he did, I think this offense can do something. And defensively, if we'll just stop, heck, even early in that game, if you look at the first touchdown, it was the first touchdown. We had chances to get off the field, and penalties extended the drive again.
Yeah, 2 third-down penalties.
Yeah.
And so just there's things, if we do the little things right, I do think we're talented enough to, I'm not saying we're going to go on a run and go win the division or go to the playoffs or anything like that. But I've also watched the Eagles.
Yep.
It's not like okay, great. Philly's a tough place to play, no doubt about it. They got talent, no doubt about it. But I've also watched them on TV.
Yeah.
It's not like they're the greatest team, I've seen.
Here's what I think about your fight, Tony. They can go up there all the fight they want. If I get my car and drive out to Ponte Vedra and fight you today, it ain't going to go well. So fight away.
Well, okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope you're right. I'm trying to negative reinforcement here, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I get it. Listen, part of the problem is at 2-6.
Yeah. All talk.
No one thought we were going to be here.
Right. And by the way, Tony, you would agree. I think I'm not blaming anyone. But something's wrong because this team should not be 2-6. They're talented enough, at worst 4-4, but they should not be 2-6. Something is wrong.
Well, we've lost 2 games on the last kick of the game when we lost to the Texans on a last-minute touchdown.
So without
You're
blaming
there.
anybody, can you put your finger on it?
No. I mean, could I put my finger? I think if we had an hour to sit down and think about this, we probably could have a longer conversation.
Yeah.
But because I don't think what everyone wants, me included, by the way.
Sure.
You want the magic bullet. Like if we just do this, everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in the game of football, it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. And I think you could go back to decisions made in the off season, to camp, to play in the season, to play calls, to players making mistakes. I mean, there's a long list. And I think the reality is this. Yeah. When you lose, everyone's responsible.
Right.
And it's on everyone in the organization.
Yeah.
When you win, it's on everybody in the organization, and you win. And so, to point the finger at saying it's this guy or it's this department or it's this unit or it's this decision, I just don't think that gets you anywhere.
Right.
And because too often, I think teams, I think it can happen when you're winning and losing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we just fix this one thing, everything's fine.
Right.
Just do this, add this player, or get rid of this coach, or do that, whatever.
Right.
And sometimes it's much bigger than that. At times it could be, a systemic issue that you got to look at. Look at the whole thing, or sometimes it's like bad luck. Ball bounces the wrong way, and if we just, if we do a couple things better, it's a different outcome. So it's hard, especially when you are so far below the expectations of almost everybody. Because, if you think about it, even if you said this team was, if you made the argument after the offseason, everything that was done, it's really not a much better team than it was last year.
Right.
It's pretty much we're running it back kind of deal. That's the worst case.
Right.
I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, yeah, I think we'll be 8-9 to 10-8, somewhere in there, or 10-7. Excuse me, 8-9, 10-7. We'd be that's the type of that's worst case scenario. That's the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're 2-6, you're like, what? How did I miss it this much? And then if you think you made the moves that you needed to, where you're a 12-win team going in, and there was a lot of people that thought, hey, the moves we made and the additions we made and some of the veterans, and we cleaned up some things. This is a better team than last year. Okay, now your expectations are win 11, 12, whatever games, and you sit here 2-6. That's where you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh my gosh, what do we do? Okay, let's try this, try that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, in my opinion, it's never one thing. It's
Don't,
not just.
Yeah,
that's not how the game
you're
right.
Works. Listen, we respect
Back
you.
to the question I had at the very beginning of the conversation.
Yeah.
What do you do when someone comes up to you? You just
Tone, do you think
I tell them
there's no answer?
I tell them right now.
Yeah.
When people come up to me right now and say, "What's going on?" I said, "This is a football team that has talent.
Yeah.
That does not make the plays when they have to."
Yeah, that's 100% true. We got to run. Do you think on the Monday after the Vikings game, Tony will be on telling us how they're going to show fight going up to Detroit?
Well, listen, let's not look too far ahead.
Let's look to the first drive.
And I
know
a
new script.
And Tone, one other thing, I know you don't want to talk about it, but I was just looking right now in the Tankathon, we got the 5th pick.
No draft talk. You can't do that till we're mathematically eliminated.
It's in the contract. It's in the contract.
Let me say this.
Yes, sir.
Real quick.
You're the greatest.
I know we got to go.
You're the greatest. You really are.
There's no reason to start worrying about Vikings, Detroit, or whatever, because you guys know this as well as I do.
I know.
Stuff changes really quick in the NFL because of injuries. I mean, if you look at us,
yes,
we lost 3 receivers.
Yep.
In the course of about 15 minutes.
Oof, that was rough.
Yesterday.
That was rough.
And right now we're going to go up and play a football game without Christian Kirk. We know that.
Probably without Brian Thomas.
Who's the 6th receiver? Who even is it? I mean, we never get as far down as Jones.
We got Jonesy out there.
Is Cook still with us on the practice squad? So they bring him up.
We got that little dude, that Trammell dude. I like to put him up.
From the Ram Falcon chain. Yeah. Okay, all right, that'll go well.
I mean, because right now, if you go into this game, we don't know about Gabe Davis. We don't know about.
Oh, we know about Gabe Davis, whether he's playing or not, but that's neither here nor that's a different conversation. But go ahead.
We don't know about Gabe Davis. We don't know about Brian Thomas, and we do not know about. We know about Christian Kirk. So your top 3 receivers
right
Gabe now are all either out or questionable.
Yeah, that's not. But the irony there is, like to your point, with no practice at all, the offense hummed at its best with all that urgency, and none of the quote stars out there at the end. Anyway, maddening. Go get us a win at Philly. Show some fight, Tony.
Love you, Bo. You the man.
All right, see you guys.
There
Thanks,
he goes,
brother.
That guy's the best.
He is.
He is. And Mr. 10 had a great line.
You Jags fans are lucky to have Tony Boselli, man. He's good.
And years ago,
He loves the team.
we dubbed him the Sunshine Pumper.
Yeah.
He'd come in, we'd play Zippity Doo Dah,
Yeah.
but we move on. We don't stay with the same bit forever, right? But Mr. 10 had a good line.
What?
Sunshine Pumper's working during a total eclipse. It's hard to pump sunshine when it's a total eclipse.
Where's the sun?
Let's take a break. Back with more next. The Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
The game where every yard counts. One player's performance stands out.
That's what you want from a leader.
Universal Roofing Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game.
Touchdown, what a throw.
On 1010XL.
These are interesting economic times. That's why it's so important to have someone you can count on. That's ITP Partners. Jacksonville folks taking care of our Jacksonville money. Experience? You best believe you want to give your hard-earned money to folks you trust. Jeff Hartman, Chris Bryan, Dan Abel, Reed Wingate, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reagan Wright have the expertise and knowledge to help clients in their financial lives, focusing on investment management, financial planning, and risk management. ITP Partners. Financial partners for life. Securities offered through American Portfolios Financial Services, Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Couldn't be any happier than to be part of the George Moore Chevrolet family. I tell you, family, that's how you'll be treated when you visit that beautiful showroom off Atlantic Boulevard. I did last week, man. Service department. Shout out, Gabe. Did a great job for us for Big Blue. Boy Blue is happy as can be now. He got his oil change. He's smiling. He's cooking for me on the roads. And listen, if you want a car, if you want a truck like me, if you want an SUV, an electric, a pre-owned, George Moore Chevrolet's got it. They got them all, man. All you got to do is, if you can't make it over to the showroom, just go to morechevy.com. That's more with an E because it's easy. Morechevy.com. So easy to navigate. Sales, service, parts. George Moore Chevrolet, gang. Together, let's drive.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. One of the biggest changes we've seen in fine jewelry over the last 25 years has been the growth of jewelry designers. At Underwoods, we're the leader, bringing to North Florida the best names in designer jewelry. In fact, we carry designer lines in a similar way to how clothing stores carry designer labels. The difference is that jewelry designers have to be a little more timeless in their presentations because nobody wants to buy a fine piece of jewelry only to find out the next year it's gone out of style. That's why you'll find at Underwoods the best of the jewelry designer names, those that are tried and true and popular. Names like David Yerman, Roberto Coin, John Hardy, Marco Bichigo, Jude Francis, Lagos, Hippolyta, and a lot more are all available right now at Underwoods. So if you want the best looks in designer jewelry, stop by Underwoods. San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Are you ready to upgrade your home? Experience the winning combination of style and performance with Renewal by Andersen, energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. Buy 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires October 31st and restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com for details.
License number CGC 1527613.
He was a favorite on the field.
Cardiac cast, thank you, baby.
And he's back on 1010XL. Former Jaguars QB David Garrard joins Jaguars Today to talk Jags.
Mondays on 1010XL.
Brought to you by WaterboyJax.com.
Hey, Jacksonville Koozies, it's me, Soccer Sam, for Salvatore's Pizza. Rochester, New York's favorite pizza is now open in Jacksonville, Florida, Tapestry Park at the Loft Hotel Plaza. Daily $10 deals, dine in with beer and wine, and delivery at salvatores.com. The famous Formoso family brings Salvatore's Pizza, Rochester's favorite pizza, including our 32-piece sheet pizza for your next event. Go with me, baby. Salvatores.com.
This election, if you want someone who will take care of the messes, someone who isn't afraid to get dirty and work in the trenches, someone who will pump out the problems and prevent future ones, vote for the Duck.
Need your septic tank serviced? Call Duck Rooter, your 5-star Google-rated septic company. Visit duckduckrooter.com.
I approve this message.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. duckduckrooter.com.
You've worked hard, you have nice things. Protect and enjoy them with a luxury storage unit at The Shed, opening soon in Atlantic Beach. You got to see these places to believe them. What a smart investment out at AB. I can take 10 minutes, but I can't tell you everything. Go to theshedjacks.com or take a tour on Instagram.
I'm Frank Frangie for Ricketts Electric. Hurricane season is here, and now's the time to think about a home generator. My friends at Ricketts Electric can make sure your home always has power. They can install the perfect generator for your home and are even offering a 10% discount this month if you mention 1010XL. So call my friend Zach Ricketts today at 904-320-5960 or find them on Facebook. That's Ricketts Electric, the city's best power connection. Call them at 320-5960.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jag head coach Doug Peterson, despite the loss to Green Bay, liked the way his team fought.
And they battled their tails off. They fought to the end. Quite frankly, that's all that I can ask for.
Jag head coach also commented on the narrow margin between winning and losing.
These games come down to about 2 plays, 3 plays. You can't give the ball away like we did late, deep in our own end. We didn't tackle very well defensively. So there's some things that we need to clean up.
Jaguars' loss to the Green Bay Packers on Sunday proved to be a costly one as they lost wide receiver Christian Kirk. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport reported the wideout fractured his collarbone and is out for the season. At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update, I'm Sam Nelson.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
Your local authorized Xerox dealer on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it. Yeah. Oh, we got sports concepts and rationalizations. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we hand out a prize pack that he tells me is a razzle-dazzle. It's a dazzler of a prize pack this week. E, what do you got?
I got a pair of tickets.
No. No way.
I got a pair of tickets to the Jacksonville Sports Invitational.
Ow!
As University of Florida and USF basketball play at ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena on November 4th.
That's coming up real quick, like in a week. So we'll have that. All right, I wanted one more thing on the Jags, and we'll talk about a few other things that happened around the league and such yesterday because it was a crazy day. It was, you know what it was yesterday? It was a day of upsets except for us. Everybody's getting their upsets, but we're not. E, without further ado, please, if you could. I need a music accompaniment here. I was looking at this just specifically.
Are we up?
It's
Sounds not.
I'm hearing myself, E.
Yeah, it's something.
Thank you.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, there we go. No, we got it's. Yeah, it's not going to work. We'll have to do a next segment.
Oh, okay.
Without that.
All right.
So it's just going to have to table it. Got to be tabled. It's too good. I don't want to do it halfway.
It's too deep.
Yeah, so we had a whole bit, the whole thing. Yeah, no, table it. Table that so-and-so.
All right, so I'm going to say this. I watched the end of the Washington-Chicago game. I like Caleb Williams' grit. He had some grit, man. He's into it. He's digging it. And then Jaden Daniels makes an unbelievable play, and they get the Hail Mary. It was incredible.
This is what I took from that Hail Mary versus many of the ones you see. I do like we act like the earth stopped spinning. There's like 6 of these a year in football. It's not, but what made this one so unique is, and it's very subtle, but beyond just scrambling for your life, by keeping that play alive, it allowed that whole mob to congregate, and it allowed one of the mob to just take a couple of steps back, and I'm sure they're taught that way. I'm sure when you practice the Hail Mary, you have one guy circle behind the group and hope for the deflection, but a lot of times you don't have time to get there. You just run into a spot.
I think the issue is, and I think teams are going to change the way they do things, I think you're better off sending an extra guy to go get the quarterback. Don't give him the time to run around back.
Yeah, 100%.
Go get him. I just saw one the other day. I can't remember where it was.
And they sacked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
They rushed 5.
It was yesterday, actually. It was Anthony Richardson.
Oh, no, I saw another one. Okay.
They also had a chance for a Hail Mary, and they rushed him, and they got to him. But, of course, the old IQ there with the football IQ for Anthony Richardson is not flaring. He left the game yesterday because he was, quote, tired. Now, in fairness, he did have 2 of those scrambles where he ran all over. You can't leave the game.
They were just going to hand the ball off.
Yeah, you can't.
It's a bad look.
It's terrible look.
And listen,
it's a terrible look. And the Colts are, man, I'm ticked if I'm a Colts fan.
Yeah, because you're better than 4-4.
No, if Joe Flacco is quarterbacking me, I might be 6-2.
Correct.
You got to bench him. If you care about your fans, you got to bench him.
It's a tough one.
You got to, just like the Carolina did it.
Well, yeah, and how are they doing?
But they're no good. You're a good team. They could have won that game. Now, listen, Flacco's going Flacco. I know everybody fell in love with him last year. He's not a double-digit win, but, I mean, right now, there's no doubt who gives you a better chance to win. And here's another thing. It's maddening. He won't run.
Right.
He won't run.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's afraid of injury. Listen, bro, if you're going to go 7-step and pass, you'll never make it.
I'm just telling you, in a day where you're 2 for 15, to come out and say you were tired even for one play is not a good look. Not a good look. 10 of 32 on the day, by the way, in the end. And, he's a disaster.
I know, and it looks it's not just statistically; it's the eye test.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the stat in the eye
he
test,
threw it just an awful pick.
Like yesterday with Trevor.
Yeah.
Stats say he had an A+ game. Eye tests say he gave out too many points to the other team.
Yeah.
But with Anthony Richardson, it's like I don't care what you look at. Look at this. I watched him a lot. I wanted the value in fantasy football and took him when he just lasted until later in the draft. I took him saying okay and by the way. I know it doesn't mean anything when it comes to winning a Super Bowl, but the fantasy football projections had Anthony Richardson as a weapon.
Yeah.
Like a top 5 quarterback.
He's completing 44% of his passes.
Yeah, it's something.
His rating is 57.2.
Yeah.
He's got 4 touchdowns and 7 picks. Oh, boy. He's at the very bottom of their rankings, man. I mean, Bryce Young, Will Levis, Spencer Rattler, Jacoby Brissett, they're all down there. What about J-Boo Wins? What a performance. What about J-Boo Wins yesterday?
I know.
How does that happen? That was incredible. I'm talking about Jameis Winston. He led the Cleveland Browns to a victory. By the way, I should say this. Cleveland lost their longtime play-by-play man this week, and he was a good dude, man. We knew Jim Donovan.
Jim Donovan.
I had to work with him a couple times on some stuff.
Donovan.
Yeah. And just loved the Browns. Loved being the Mr. Brown.
He was there when Kosar and those boys got good. When I was in college, my parents lived in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And Donovan was the main cat. And then he spent time as one of NBC's main football guys.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I worked with him for numerous times and got to know him and his producer, and they're really good dudes and very helpful. And so, just a good person. And so I was sad. It's just 68.
When I was in, I was graduating college. It was in
Mm-hmm.
that little starting to work, and I, met him. I went to a Browns training camp because I was working at WRUF at the time. I was home for the summer. Like, I'll be ingenuitive. I'll take the recorder. We'll go talk to Clifford Charlton, Dan, first rounder of the Browns.
There you go.
And then, but talking the business, it couldn't have been any nicer.
Yeah.
Back then. He was probably in his 30s at that point.
But Jameis Winston threw for 334 with 3 touchdowns and no picks and led the Browns to a victory over the Baltimore Ravens yesterday. It was try to figure that one out because you can't.
From the text, I must share this.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You'd be dead tired, too, if you missed 22 passes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Also, the Lions are rolling. I mean, they are rolling.
Yeah, they're doing what you're supposed to do, and if you're growing into a contender, and they're going to be there a while. They got a terrific quarterback. I'm rooting for Jared Goff to win the Super Bowl.
That'd be great.
He deserves one. He is rapidly, Dan, building up enough arsenal for me to say he's the most underrated player of my life.
Wow. Well,
at that important position.
They had 35 at the half. They won 52-14. The Dolphins frittered away that's a big loss to blow that at home. You can't lose that one if you want to get back into it. They fall to 2-5. The AFC East is in good shape for the Bills, man. The other 3 are huge disappointments, and the Bills are humming along in a rebuild year. And they went out to Seattle, which is not an easy trip. Ask the Jags. And just thumped Seattle. Just took care of them like it was nobody's business. The Jets are in disarray. They got they blew a game to the Patriots. Honestly, the Jets should cut their kicker today. If Zerline made his kicks this year, the Jets would be, I think I read 5-3. The guy misses
okay,
kicks
so then
constantly.
then Aaron Rodgers, I will blamed him yesterday because I do know this. Mr. Ayahuasca going to blame somebody after the game. It ain't never him.
Yeah. Chargers quietly are 4-3. Saints are falling apart. And then the Broncos got 5 wins with Bo Nix as a rookie quarterback. Chiefs had their Kermit the Frog revenge on the Raiders. Remember they're in training camp, they made fun of Mahomes.
Raiders always play those Chiefs tough, man.
Yeah, they do.
They're kind of like the Browns-Ravens. People forget the Browns beat Baltimore in Baltimore last year.
And Kelsey said, I'm not quite done yet. 10 for 90 and a touch.
Yeah, yes, you are.
I know.
And then my man Brenton Strange had 5 for 65. Settle down, Trevor.
Brenton Strange had a nice game.
You remember we said last week? Yeah. And it took everyone leaving for them to do it.
Yeah, had a nice game.
I think the pass game will be okay.
He had a nice catch down the middle of the field.
Here's the danger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I'm going to say this. Brian Thomas got to play.
Yeah.
Put a Kevlar on and get out on the football field.
Oh, well.
I got Jaden Daniels playing quarterback with the same injury.
Yeah.
So anyway, next week, I mean, you're facing the proposition of most routes are going to be Jones, Parker Washington, Elijah Cooks.
A lot of 2 tight end.
Evan Ingram and Brenton Strange on the field together. I think they would be well served to start feeding Strange the ball more than they are.
And last night, Cowboys played a decent half, and then they just got whooped, and then they came back a little bit, but they couldn't do it at the end, and they lose to the Niners 30-24. George Kittle had a big day on National Tight End Day. All right, 641-1010. Tell them what they're going to win as we head to the 8 o'clock hour.
A pair of tickets to the Jacksonville Sports Invitational as UF and USF basketball play at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. That's going down November 4th. All you got to do is holler at your boy, 904-641-1010.
Even the best teams can lose steam when their best players end up on the sidelines.
In case you haven't noticed, our receiver corps is decimated.
Listen for the personal injury attorneys Farah and Farah Injury Update.
Jacksonville. It's part of the game, though, you know?
On 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Did you know you can charge the all-new Honda Electric Prologue in the same receptacle as your phone? You don't need these special charging stations at your home. Simply plug in your Honda or your phone. See your local Honda dealer now. We're electrified.
Meet Dennis, talking about his experience with BioTarget regenerative therapy at injury care centers.
My first treatment, I actually felt a great improvement. It actually allowed me to dress myself by increasing the range of motion in my shoulder. I did physical therapy for approximately 8 weeks, and it did not help in increasing the range of motion in my shoulder. I've told many people about the results that I had. I thought it was incredible. I'm very active. I do play a lot of play golf, I fish a lot, I hunt, I bowl, and it just made it a lot easier with less pain. The pain is more manageable, yes. I don't take medications.
Stop masking your pain with harmful medications. There's a better solution. BioTarget Regenerative Therapy has helped countless others, and it can help you too. Call 904-92-REGEN or visit gobiotarget.com today.
Jacksonville, are you ready? The college basketball season is tipping off with an epic in-state showdown. The Florida Gators and South Florida Bulls go head-to-head in the Jacksonville Sports Foundation Invitational. Be there Monday, November 4th at Veterans Memorial Arena and witness this in-state rivalry live. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com. It's Florida versus South Florida to start the college basketball season on November 4th in Jacksonville. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, Hicken here for Lockhart Construction. That's a longtime Jacksonville business. Shane's dad started the company. Shane, his dad, his guys all from here, taking care of people who live here, people like us. And we've used Lockhart Construction numerous times. We had them do one bathroom, then we had to do a master bathroom. We've had them do siding on Drew's house, man. Remodeling. Shoot, you want a new house, give the Lockhart family a call. Their family gives your family a better living experience. I say you unlock better living with Lockhart Construction. If you have a construction need, a remodel thought, or an idea, here's how Shane works. You call him, talk to him. He'll call you back. If he can't get a hold of you, 994-3865, 994-3865. And then you guys will get to work and fast, friendly, affordable, and clean. Lockhart Construction. Nobody better. Shane Lockhart and Lockhart Construction, 994-3865.
What's changed totally inside and out? The Kuhn Flowers massive storefront, and yes, they've totally remodeled the showroom inside too. This is Frank Frangie, and the next time you drive by, stop and smell the roses at Kuhn Flowers.
Hello there. Brendan from Play It Again Sports here to congratulate all the parents for surviving another summer. The kiddos are back to school, and you know what that means? Sports are back. But don't fret, Play It Again Sports has the gear you need at prices worthy of excessive celebration. From sluggers and shooters to clappers and benders, Play It Again Sports can turn your kids into goats. Stop in today on Merrill Road near 295 or online at playitagainjax.com.
He used to cover the Jags. Now he's a CBS Sports senior NFL writer.
Well, I believe you got everybody's attention.
He's Pete Prisco. Friday afternoons on The Frangie Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Ladies and gentlemen, boaters and landlubbers, friends, four-legged and two, this is Lisa the Botanista with a huge announcement. Freedom Boat Club is opening a brand new 4th location. That's right, Freedom Boat Club St. Augustine Shipyard is now open. Now members can enjoy unlimited access at Julington Creek, Jacksonville Beach, St. Augustine Comanche Cove, and St. Augustine Shipyard. Freedom Boat Club members also enjoy reciprocal access to over 400 locations across the world. There's never been a better time to join. We are offering our biggest discount ever to celebrate our brand new location. We own and maintain an entire fleet of boats. Join the club, and as often as you like, you can do water sports, inshore fishing, offshore fishing, sandbar hopping, dining on the water, or just cruising around town. Visit us at the St. Augustine Shipyard or stop by any of our locations to see what the Boatsiers experience is all about. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
Former Jaguars corner and first-year head football coach at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows, K-12, Aaron Beasley here. Are you looking for an A-rated K-12 school prioritizing academics, arts, and athletics? Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows offers a rigorous curriculum to develop strong minds with an additional focus on growing good hearts. DCSB has been an A school for 8 years, and our tuition is free. Now enrolling. Apply at baymeadowscharter.org.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance painting.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Lone Pronto. The ineffective Knowles offense was highlighted by head coach Mike Norvell in his post-game comments.
Offensively, we weren't good enough. Third downs, nowhere near where we need to be. Missed out on some conversions that we've got to have.
During his post-game remarks, Miami head coach Mario Cristobal commented on staying focused while restoring the Hurricanes program.
It's a great example of working your butt off and keeping your head down and not worry about all the crap that comes with rebuilds.
The SEC Network announced that its weekly traveling show, SEC Nation, will head to Jacksonville this Saturday for the annual Florida-Georgia game. The show includes University of Florida alum Laura Rutledge alongside analyst Florida Gator legendary quarterback Tim Tebow. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 8:09, it's 67 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Beulah Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Beulah.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I can't seem to get past this infuriating play that the Jaguars do.
I know the one you're talking about.
When it's third down. No, it's all of them.
Yeah, I mean, I know what issue you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, we get to...
This happens like 2 or 3 times a game, it feels like.
We've had... We get third down. I chronicle them here for you.
Okay, what do you got? Keys to the loss.
Well, we get the ball and...
E, had you ever heard this song before? We had you look it up?
Never.
It's a classic.
Is this like Bing Crosby, Dean Martin? Who is this?
Is this Frank Sinatra?
It is Sinatra?
Legend.
I don't know.
3rd and 4.
This is the worst Sinatra
On the
song.
first drive, Trevor scrambles. We don't make it. Punt team.
Can I also say this? We ran the ball 16 straight times, imposed our will last game out to start the game pass. That can seem to lead to a team with no identity.
3rd and 3. Gabe jumps off sides as he's off to do. It's 3rd and 8. We missed BTJ deep. Next time it's 3rd down, next possession we sail an interception. 3rd and 2. Okay, we've tried passes on 3rd and 4 and 3rd and 8. So on 3rd and 2, let's give it to Tank. -1. 3rd and 2 again. Next series. Well, we can't run it. We lost a yard the last time we ran it. We'll throw it. Incomplete to Dearness Johnson. 3rd and 7, my favorite 3rd down play. Have you brought a clip? I think you have the clip of 3rd and 7 here.
Dropping into blitz. Trevor hangs in there against the blitz. Scrambles to his left. He hits and the ball's fumbled. The ball came out. And the Packers, I believe, have it at the 4-yard line of Jacksonville. Now there's a flag on the far side of the field, but Trevor is fumbled. And I think the Packers recovered it at the 4-yard line of Jackson.
Don't worry about the flag. That's an illegal shift.
Yeah, that's too bad. There was hope there for a second, except you could see the body language.
Next time it's 3rd and 11. That's the one where we hit Kirk down the middle of the field. The only problem is he shattered his shoulder on the play.
Yeah, dropped it.
And then there's also lost in this one, our final ignominy. We got a 3rd and 3. You may have forgot this play. Our center snapped it, I don't know off of whom or what, but the ball did not go to Trevor. It went on the ground, and it was a fumble. To which, yeah. You tell him, Frank. Bad snap. Turns into 4th down. 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 3. It doesn't matter the second number, Jeff. If it's 3rd down, man, we can't convert.
This is the one that gets me. It's 3rd and 7 and we run a 3-yard pass, or it's 3rd and 8 we run a 6-yard pass. Plays that don't get there anyway. Why would it ever even? Take it out of the playbook so it's not an option. Those kill me.
clown.
There ought to be clowns. Maybe next year.
Well, maybe.
There's a lot of clowns. We got to.
Maybe next
Some people
year.
keep them on their desk.
Maybe next year.
I hear some people keep clowns on their desk.
Thank you, Frank.
Reminders of motivation to build champions, to prove them all wrong. That's what I hear. But, I hear it from him because it's a big story.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oof. Not good. Not good.
Never good to be talking about your football team and having chosen as your background music, Send in the Clowns. Never.
It's just
ever a good thing. I'll just watch and week to win, hope they win, look for bright spots. And I listen, here's at the end of the day, there's this. This is fine if you're a fan, Dan.
Yeah.
You can have this conversation every day at work. In our chair here, just kind of moderating the entirety of the fan base is a little different. We just can't pound the day every day. Fire this guy, fire that guy. This guy's got to go. That guy's got to go. But at the end of the day, I've seen this show, man. Yeah. There's only one cure here to get this thing going. You need a clean house. I'm sorry. I don't mean to step on toes. I'm not trying to, be the Grim Reaper. We need how a billionaire genius can't see these things amazes me.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that a billionaire owner can be swindled into beliefs that defy your eyes and common sense. He's swindled into whoever's telling him whatever they're telling him. It's amazing.
Another lost year. The Diggs brothers had a bad weekend.
Did they?
Yeah, we got Stephon getting hurt and Trayvon telling a reporter to talk about D's nuts. He didn't like a social media post. Did you see that, E?
Yes. He came out of the locker room.
Yeah. Came out of the locker room, went and found the reporter and said, talk about these nuts. He's not happy with what the guy said about a certain football play. And I think he blamed Trayvon for the play. I don't know. And, boy, rabbit ears, man. I mean, fellas. RELAX, man. You win, everything's good. You lose, it's not so good. That's how it works.
Jeez, nuts.
Talk about these nuts he throws at me. Oh, my goodness. So that's where we are.
In a bad spot. Yes, it's just not a good spot.
Yeah.
I mean, it saddens me.
By the way, shout out to the.
At least I got my Falcons. So you want to go Falcon fans this year? Just full out Falcons, I guess.
Shout out to the Saints player who tried to snap Justin Herbert's leg yesterday. He just kind of grabbed it and twisted it.
Shout out his old lineman who went back there and tried to open up a can on him at least.
One other uncomfortable note in the world of sports yesterday. Boy, it's a tough spot.
Okay,
it really is, Jeff. Let's say
Freddie Freeman homering in each of the first two games.
Well, that was neat.
Man.
We'll get to that in a minute. Let's say you're retiring.
Yes.
Okay. Jeff's retiring.
Okay.
He's meant a lot to 1010, and he's out there, we're having a little ceremony for Jeff.
Okay.
Because he's retiring. Part of the ceremony is we're unveiling a Jeff Prosser statue. Okay.
Nice.
So Jeff's out there with his family.
What's wrong with you?
He's got his boys, his daughter.
Okay.
He's got
Nice.
son-in-law.
Well deserved.
Holmes and Nancy are there.
Oh, thankfully they're still with us.
I mean, this is a great moment. Lots of folks.
Why am I being honored?
You're retiring.
Retiring.
And so
good.
1010 has decided to give you a statue in honor of you retiring.
All right.
And it's covered with the sheet.
Yeah, pull it off.
We're going to pull it off here.
I'm just hoping, please don't be Brady. Please don't be Brady.
Right.
Remember that one? It looked like a Cro-Magnon man that the girl did him?
Yeah.
Man.
So anyway, so Jeff's getting ready, and Jeff, it's time for the unveiling. I'm probably emceeing it. Jeff, it's time for the unveiling. Go ahead. Go ahead, interns, and pull that towel. And then you look up, and you have to be gracious. But it looks nothing like you. It's horrific. And that's what happened to Dwayne Wade yesterday. This is probably the worst. Dwayne Wade statue, meet Ronaldo statue. Have you met? This is unbelievable. How in the hell, if you're Dwayne. Now, Jeff, of course, wouldn't handle it as well.
Right.
He'd look at it quizzically, probably turn back. Come on! What the hell is this?
This is a joke. Am I being punked?
Now you'll start making jokes up at your retirement speech.
Yeah.
Where's Dwayne Wade? What can I do? I mean, but good God, I don't know what this is.
Do you have a picture of it?
Sure I do.
Let me see.
Oh, man, it looks nothing like D-Wade.
Let me tell you what. I think the easiest job in the world is to be a make
sculpt me some
a
statues.
sculptor, because they never have to look
Not
like
even
them.
close. Not even close. That's D. Wade. There he is. I'll never forget that face that D. Wade had throughout the years.
Bro, I don't even. I'm trying to say who it looks like.
Yeah.
I can't even.
That's D. Wade. It's
You know who it looks like? PJ Tucker. That's who he looks like.
D. Wade. Say hello. Like I said,
Most resembles basketball player PJ Tucker, the veteran.
D. Wade statue meet Ronaldo statue. They're already saying it might be the worst statue in the history. After everything Dwayne Wade has done for the franchise, how do you honor him like this? A statue that makes him look like an 80-year-old riding an invisible motorcycle while trying to hold in a massive poop. Which he kind of does. That's a kind of a well description. It's a Ronaldo statue energy. Low bar that we never thought we'd clear, but there we are. I mean, this guy's a heart and soul of Miami sports. I mean, D. Wade.
He really is. He's behind Dan Marino, number 2, you think? And right now, number 1. But I'm saying over your lifetime, no one owned Miami like Marino in my lifetime.
Yeah.
But and that's also not being a Miami guy. But
looks like Thanos. Looks like Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah.
These nuts.
I thought he looks like PJ Tucker to me. But again, he's kind of, no one knows who that is, so it's harder.
Lawrence Fishburne lookalike. I mean,
a little bit of that. I can see that a little.
Yeah. It's bad. Anyway, this is the drill. We'll carry on at 2 and 6.
Oof. Is Freddie next, or that's 8:30? No, that's one more away.
We got one more away.
All right, it's a Monday
Freddie
morning
T on
quarterback.
deck. Yeah.
DivorcemenOnly.com.
Sometimes winning and losing comes down to one play. There's only one performance painting, high performance play of the game on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here. There are trucks, and then there's the truck, GMC Sierra, with available features like the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. Nimnik Buick GMC has the largest inventory of GMC Sierras in Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. This month, save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500s or enjoy rates as low as 0% APR financing. Head to Nimnik GMC today. GMC, we are professional grade.
The Florida Theater welcomes the remarkable Luis Elizondo November 8th, the former head of the Pentagon's UFO program and a #1 New York Times bestseller, shares his incredible insights into the unexplained. Dive deep into the mysteries of the universe and explore the truth behind UFOs like never before. It's your chance to experience a captivating evening filled with intrigue and discovery. Luis Elizondo, November 8th. Get your tickets today at floridatheater.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
My friends at Golf Tee Repair are always looking for ways to give back. And this month, along with 2 Tip Mice Vodka, they've teamed up to make every swing and sip count. They're hitting breast cancer hard with a special campaign. 2 Tip Mice Vodka is, by the way, locally owned and distributed right here in Jacksonville. They already donate $2 for every bottle sold, financially supporting patients undergoing breast cancer treatment. For the month of October, GolfTeeRepair.com will donate 15% of every sale to 2 Tip Mice Foundation as well. Plus, use this code, Swing and Sip, for an additional 25% off your order to help fund this important cause. Join us, support those in the fight, rock your gear with purses. It's Swing and Sip in the promo code at GolfTeeRepair.com. 25% off at checkout. Together, let's tee up for a change. Swing, sip, and support with Golf Tee Repair and 2 Tip Mice Vodka.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morecambe's reviews speak for themselves, and I challenge any firm to compare results. We offer the resources of a large law firm and the customer service of a boutique practice. If you want to be treated right and want great results, call Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY. Offices, Jacksonville.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now graduate making over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost are the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by November 7th.
Poker players, brace yourselves. The World Poker Tour storms into Best Bet Jacksonville October 31st to November 19th, and the forecast calls for massive prize pools. Event 1 has a cool $200,000 guarantee. Event 6, a downpour of $300,000. And the main event, a flood of a $1 million guarantee. WPT Championship satellites are already brewing. Don't get left high and dry. Head to bestbetjax.com for details. That's bestbetjax.com.
Weekends were made for sports, and I'll tell you my take on this weekend's best options. Hicken here. Watch for Weekend with Dan on YouTube and Facebook. Weekend with Dan is brought to you by Stone Core. We do outdoors better.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
D.V. Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
Big Chief Tire offers affordable quality tires for every type of vehicle. Frank Frangie here. Whether you're looking for all-season tires, high-performance options, or something more budget-friendly, Big Chief has the perfect set to keep you rolling. Their expert technicians ensure your tires are installed quickly and safely so you can drive with confidence. Visit BigChiefTire.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment and check out their unbeatable tire deals today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
That is a good one. All right, back here on the drill. Florida Georgia week. I think it's tomorrow morning they open up for RVs, or was it today? Either way, they will converge on our town. We'll have Chris Doring tomorrow with the Doring Report and talk a lot of Florida Georgia as we move ahead. Give me, where's Florida State football in 2 seasons?
Where will they be?
Yeah.
I think they'll, I don't know. Florida State always has the brand. They got a chance. Always have a chance, I guess. I don't know. They got to find a quarterback, man. It's college football. You got to have a quarterback. If you don't have a quarterback, you got no chance.
I get that, and quarterback is certainly a problem. Quarterback is a problem for a team that's 3-4 and should be 5-2. You've got a lot bigger issues than quarterback when you're 1-7 and can't do anything.
Yeah, but they can cure a lot of those ills, man. They can cure a lot of those ills. But yeah, they're not good. And you know what? They almost, and here's the problem. And let me take this from a Gator fan. This is not to insult FSU, believe it or not. When you come out of a game thinking, gosh, we played pretty good, and you just lost 34-30 whatever to 14 to your rival.
I thought they played good the other night.
Well, I'm sure some FSU
I watched that
fans
game. It should have been 52-7. Should have been the score.
Well, I mean, they had played. They sacked Cam Ward. They frustrated him.
They did get to Cam Ward. That is a valid point.
So they're just offensively they're challenged, man. The Croman-Hoke kid's not ready. He's inaccurate. Brock Glenn's certainly not the answer. And basically, their offense was just scramble around and try to make some positive things happen, but they hung around in the game. My point is they hung around a lot longer than everybody thought they would. So you come away feeling it's a dangerous thing. A Florida fan goes through it too, but they had a drive where they had a face mask, 12 men on the field, and then they let them convert a 3rd and 20 early in the game for a touchdown. Not that the 3rd and 20 wasn't a touchdown, but those 3 things happened. And I thought, man, I've seen this story before. It's in orange and blue. So, and it's funny, I laugh at my Gator friends. My Gator friends 4 weeks ago, were all on board the Lane train. Now they're just jumping off like
I would
faster
still be on it. I mean, if Lane V, what you got now, is that the best guy you can bring in? I don't know, man. You know what we learn? You know what I'm learning, Dan? If you're that guy, you better take – hey, Kalen DeBoer, you did the right thing. Here's why. Mm-hmm. You look 3 years later, and the hot guys, even where they are, I also learned why they fail. Like P.J. Fleck was going to get a job, right? He had lifted Minnesota, rowing the boat. And here we are with the same team 4 years later. They're no good. It's like sometimes coaches get hot. They have a special group of players, and a year or two makes you think there's something they're not. They get the bigger job, and they fail, where in reality, if they don't take the job, they end up staying where they are and failing anyway. I would take Lane Kiffin over Billy Napier in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't want to, I'm not going to storm the state of Mississippi and kidnap him. We'll see where it goes, but that would be a big upgrade to me. Wouldn't it to you?
I don't know. Yes.
Over Napier?
I think it's I'm not doing cartwheels. And
who makes you do cartwheels?
Well, there's very few. And that's the point.
Well, power rank me somebody that would cartwheel
Dan Lanning.
More than if you could get him.
Well, you just asked. That's not what you said.
No, that's
my answer.
And I'm not saying you can't.
To me,
maybe you can get him.
To me, what's the point of getting somebody who's going to go 7-5?
Well, I hope that he would. That wouldn't be the idea. The idea with Kiffin would be you finally give him elite talent at this stage of his career, and hope that means he's a 12-1 coach and not an 11-2 or 10-3.
He does some weird stuff, man.
He does.
Go back.
They all do.
Yeah. There's only a few. Superstars at the.
There's only been 3 in the last 20 years, really. It's Urban, Saban, and Kirby.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been good coaches. There are other good coaches, but outside of those 3, who
you can say what you want, and he gives off a but Dabo's a pretty good coach.
Yeah.
Pretty doggone good
it's
coach.
been
He's a better coach than Lane Kiffin.
Well, yeah, I would take him too. I'm not saying listen, the Kiffin loves comes from like a realistic approach. Mm-hmm. I mean, I love, there's a lot of guys you love you're not getting. It's harder to get coaches than ever. They pay them a lot, and they use their job to up their money, like Mike Norvell over there in Tallahassee used Alabama to inflate his salary, and, now he's a rich losing coach. Mm-hmm. And so if Mike Norvell went to Alabama, how do you think he'd be going right now?
Not good.
Yeah, I think it would be going terrible because his own program that he's had 4 years and went undefeated last year, they're 1-7. It doesn't seem possible to me.
Yeah. 1-7 is.
What do you expect from Florida, Georgia this week? 38-14 or a fight?
We haven't been in, I saw the other day a post from the Clay County Gator of the halftime scores the last 3 years.
Was it 21-7 last year?
We're never close, man.
I thought last year we stupidly got back within 10 early third. I mean, it was never close. I'm not selling that, but I'm just saying score-wise. I thought last year maybe
I don't expect much, I guess is what I should say. I mean, it's
Georgia. This is not the Georgia team though that's mauled Florida the last 5 years.
Yeah, well,
this one's not that level. They're good. I'm not saying they're not, but they're not that Georgia. That Georgia didn't win by 1 over Kentucky. That Georgia didn't lose, quite frankly.
Yeah,
but nonetheless, the challenge is the same.
Georgia's won 3 in a row and 6 of 7.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
they had that win in 2020 with Trask and Pitts and Tony.
34-7, 42-20, 43-20 are the final scores.
Yeah,
last
you're not looking at last year's per se.
43-20.
No, I know. I wanted to. It was this.
I don't know. So, yeah, it's not good. We won in 2020 COVID year, and then we lost the 3 previous, but 42-7, 36-17, 24-17. They're not really close. They're interesting games.
Last year was not the.
Yeah,
I thought one of those we kind of almost got back in it, but last year was 10-7 after 1. That's the best I can give you.
Yeah.
And then it was 36-7, and
it's just it is what it is. I mean,
like I said, there was one of those years where it was faulty, but somehow we were.
I'll be curious to see how the defense plays after beating up on a Kentucky team that
we're learning
suddenly gave up 275 rushing yards to a 1 running back this weekend from Auburn, and UCF, who's terrible. So I don't know. We'll see. But Florida is playing better football, so there's some...
Here's the game I'm talking about, Dan. 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Florida trailed 28-3 at the half.
Yeah.
And then third quarter score 28-10. Third quarter field goal 28-13. Third quarter 78-yarder from Anthony Richardson and Xavier Henderson 28-20. 28-20 with 3 minutes to go in the third.
Yeah.
That was the – well, I hear you, but that's the one year where they were actually – that would be considered in the game. Now they didn't score another point, lost 42-20. Gave up two touchdowns off of that.
Yeah, wasn't good. But anyway, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And World Series continues tonight. Must win for the Yanks.
Yeah, I think they will, but I wouldn't say it for sure. The Dodgers lineup is just extended like 2 batters deeper, and their bullpen's better. I'm not sure their starters are, but they pitched okay.
Great theater in both games. Really good World Series games.
Yeah, both. I watched both games.
Freddie Freeman
didn't bother me. Braves Nation. It didn't. I didn't question it all you want. I don't care. I'm glad it didn't because guys like you try and like giggle off of it, so I get special satisfaction. Well, it really didn't bother me. I got enough that really bothers me. I guess 3 years later, I'm not rooting for him. Don't get me wrong. I will say this: he must have a Grand Slam clause in his contract, though. Yeah, World Series Grand Slam. You get another $10 or something.
I thought there's some real questionable managerial decisions. That seems to be what happened. Boone went with Cortez when he's got the other guy. Tried to explain the other guy's Hill is a ground ball pitcher, and we know
the worst was walking Betts to get to Freeman.
Yeah,
Betts was 0 for 7 against that pitcher, and Freeman in bases loaded situations was like 5-something.
Yeah,
that was a terrible.
Didn't make a lot of sense. Then the next night, I'm Dave Roberts. I'm screaming at him to take Trinan out of the game. Second night, he's clearly washed. He doesn't have it, and he wiggled off the hook, and then they brought in Vesla or whatever his name is to get the last out, and Trevino flew out. Looked like he hit it pretty good, but it wasn't that good. And Yankees are down 2-0, and Aaron Judge is not hitting. So that's a problem because if Aaron Judge doesn't hit, you're in deep trouble because that lineup is not strong after Stanton. And they're lucky Stanton got hot, but they're playing a much better team. They, in fairness, beating the Royals and then the Guardians is not near as impressive, quite frankly, as what the Dodgers have been doing. So we'll see. But this is, I suspect I don't know. I think the Yankees probably win tonight and get back into it. But I'm rooting for a Dodger sweep, man. I'm rooting for a Dodger sweep, and then the Yankees have to make a tough decision that, you know what? We can't afford Soto. We can't pay him. We're going to have to use that money to get other bats because we can't be just tied into Judge and Soto. If we're just tied into Judge and Soto, and look, Stanton's great and all, but he's getting old. So let's go get 3 guys for the price of 1 and get some. We got to get some bats. And that's my hope. And then Soto comes across town and I laugh.
Yeah, I don't want that at all.
That's what I need to happen. Of course, then I see John Heyman jump in and say the Dodgers are interested in Soto. Really, no kidding. I saw my favorite.
There seems to be some rumors of Fried returning to Atlanta. We'll see.
Oh, my favorite.
The Red Sox apparently won.
My favorite quote of the day.
Okay. Quote of the day. Quote of the day.
Yeah. Talking about the World Series. After a pitcher's duel between Pirates star Garrett Cole and Cardinals star Jack Flaherty, Miami star Giancarlo Stanton hit a 2-run homer to drive in Washington star Juan Soto. Then Boston star Mookie Betts drove in Angels star Shohei Ohtani before Atlanta star Freddie Freeman walked it off.
And you did just rattle off probably top 6 in the payroll. Although Boston was also one of those teams. Boston doesn't have to sell. They just make dumb moves.
And
they let the wrong guy go. I mean, Boston traded the freaking Cy Young winner for Vaughn Grissom.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. And remind me to give you boys this tomorrow. Babe Ruth, first 674 career games. Okay? He had 159 home runs.
Okay.
Shohei, 160.
Okay.
Babe Ruth, 1 loss in his first 455 innings pitched, 35-18. Shohei, 35-19. That's crazy.
Real similar.
Golly.
Yeah,
that is nuts. Shohei, by the way, will play tonight.
I will say that it's probably at least a little bit harder to play baseball today than in the 1920s.
You would think.
Just because of the competition.
Differences, though.
Now,
There's a lot of differences.
I think the greats, and I think Murphy would say this, Babe Ruth could step in today, his fat, slow self, and hit the ball over the fence and be just the incredible greats are the incredible great.
Yeah.
I mean, there was years, ladies and gentlemen, where Babe Ruth hit more home runs than the rest of the league combined.
Yeah.
Like, his home run total, well, not more than the rest of the entire league, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a year where that was the case?
Yeah.
I mean, that puts in perspective how you dominate the sport compared to everyone else. As great as Shohei is, There are 10 guys that you could go to war with against Shohei and be fine.
Let's talk to our running back, Freddie T. He's on deck right here on The Drill.
Let's go. Game day gets here a little quicker with Pregame Friday.
Here we go.
Who's in, who's out, who's on upset watch.
Exactly.
We'll get you ready for the games. Brought to you by MyBookie and Dream Finders Homes on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
What's happening, sports bettors? It's your boy E to the T, and I'm hoping everyone had a profitable betting weekend on my bookie. And guess what? The New York Giants, them boys traveling to face the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are a 6-point favorite at home with a 36.5 over-under. Are the Steelers for real? They started Russell Wilson and put up 37 points on the Jets last week. And the Giants, on the other hand, them boys struggling with a volatile quarterback and a hurt offensive line. I say all that to say take the Steelers giving the points in the over. But who are you taking? Guys, my bookie has the best sign-up bonus in the industry for Florida bettors. Our listeners can sign up and use promo code 1010XL to claim a double deposit bonus on your very first deposit up to $1,000. That's promo code 1010XL to claim that money. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with my bookie. Come on, somebody.
Hi, everybody. Mike Dempsey here, reminding you that November is Veterans Month, a time to celebrate and honor the heroes who've served our country. This November, Awaken 180 Weight Loss is showing their appreciation for active duty veterans and spouses by offering 15% off your entire Awaken 180 program, free support for life included. It's a thank you for the sacrifices you've made, protecting our freedoms and making this country what it is. This is special. Awaken 180 has never offered a discount, ever. If this incentive can help turn your focus on you, your health, your goals, and your happiness, I say go for it. Do what I did and choose the solution for weight loss. So if you're active duty, a veteran, or a spouse of one, this month is about you. Celebrate Veterans Month with 15% off your Awaken 180 program, and as with all clients, receive free support for life after reaching your goals. Do what I did, what Hacker did, and what Matt Hayes did, and over 23,000 others have done. Take control at awaken180weightloss.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called The Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank N.A. member FDIC.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Hey, Hicken here with a message from Zerorez. Can you believe they've been cleaning carpets in Jacksonville now for 20 years? Dave Benyon, his family, and staff are so grateful of things and appreciate you, their great customers. In fact, October's birthday month for Zerorez. So what are we doing for customers? Just say happy birthday, Zerorez, and we'll give you $50 off. That's $50 off carpet, tile, and grout, upholstery, or area rugs. Zerorez, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zerorez. It's the right way to clean.
Zerorez. Post-Game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is There's no job they can't do better. Go to website customtreesurgeons.com. That's customtreesurgeons.com and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
These are interesting economic times. That's why it's so important to have someone you can count on. That's ITP Partners. Jacksonville folks taking care of our Jacksonville money. Experience? You best believe you want to give your hard-earned money to folks you trust. Jeff Hartman, Chris Bryan, Dan Abel, Reed Wingate, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reagan Wright have the expertise and knowledge to help clients in their financial lives, focusing on investment management, financial planning, and risk management. ITP Partners, financial partners for life. Securities offered through American Portfolios Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, congratulating this week's high school scholar athlete, Trevor Bryant, senior football player at Fletcher High. Trevor is on the A list and is also a track and field athlete. Congratulations, Trevor.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
It was disappointing for the Jag defense to give up the late big play that resulted in costing them the game, says head coach Doug Peterson.
It's disappointing that, we were able to give up that. Credit them. They hit it, put them in position to win the game.
The Jag head coach thought his quarterback Trevor Lawrence played well, but he really liked the support Trevor got.
He did a nice job. I give a credit to those receivers and those tight ends and the offensive line. Those guys, they made plays for him.
Quarterback Trevor Lawrence, following the game, commented on the team's slow start in the first half.
A few things a little different. I think that's every game, though. There's going to be a plan for their defensive plan for us and what we do and what they see on tape. They have a plan just as we have a plan to play them.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update, I'm Sam Nelson.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it. Now, Dan and Jeff hand it off to our halfback.
Fred Taylor, every time he touches it, he's a candidate to go the distance.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins DUI defense firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
All right, let's bring in our guy. Try to figure out what went wrong again yesterday. A little bit of everything. He's our friend Fred Taylor. You watched it, Fred. The Jags can't beat good teams at home. We've lost the home field advantage. We haven't won a big home game since the Chargers playoff game 2 years ago. If you can't win at home, you can't win. I feel like yesterday was the last straw. You got to keep fighting, but 2-6, and little things just in the end take you down, don't they?
Yeah, they do. No one wants to hear what I have to say when I say this team, they fought. I have to give them credit for fighting.
They did fight. Yeah.
It's a bit of the same old tune where we've seen them, 3 other games previous to this one where it's one play. It's one play. And then we're having a different conversation. This would be a team that's 2-6 and not 6. 6-2 and not 2-6. Have to find a way to get over that hump. Still, at the halfway point during the season, so it's still some football left.
Yep.
You can't tank the season. At this point, they're being competitive, and I do want to give them credit for that. They had the opportunity, tied up going into the last 2 minutes of the ball game, last minute and a half, and the other team, Green Bay, found a way to make a play to steal the victory, and the Jags got to learn how to do that.
Fred, we've talked about this team and identity, and man, I thought we had a chance to kind of get an identity rolling. We were so good, ground and pound in London, ran the ball 16, 17 straight times. So to have the script come out and go throw surprised me. Did you note that right out the gate?
Yeah, I did note it. And the thing is with that, maybe they saw something on film from Green Bay that led to it. What I saw, well, I didn't watch the film, let me correct that. But just looking at the numbers, Green Bay, they've been the best in the league at takeaways. And in my opinion, I would say I want to minimize and neutralize their takeaways. So how do I do that? Let's try and run the ball. Let's not get cute, and play into their strength. Let's try and run the ball, and create that momentum coming off of that. Let's see if we can establish this mindset early in this ball game. And, unfortunately, it led to, 2 3-and-outs. I believe it was a punt that followed that. It was 2 punts. Yeah, 2 3-and-outs, punts. And it makes it tough to play that way. You have 24 yards in the first 19 minutes of a ball game. It's pretty tough.
I think we're all in agreement that this team should not be 2-6. And you just sit there and you try to put, right? I mean, we think there's enough talent there. I'm not saying they should be 8-0. I'm not saying they should be, but they should not be 2-6. And but it's everything. I can't really blame it. Everybody, we every week I try to blame somebody. I can't blame because there's enough to go around for everybody. Like the offense, 15 yards in the first quarter. Well, don't start slow, man. Defense, you get the lead, and then, they got a backup quarterback in. They're going to run. Don't let them run. Coaching, why you do this, why you do that. I mean, it's just there's enough blame to go around for everybody, but I don't know why they're 2-6. Oh, I do, but I don't.
That's the beauty of having a Monday morning halfback show.
Yeah,
we get to see it from our perspective, with right there in the press box or in the stands, and obviously we're going to be a bit more critical because, one, we observe and analyze the game, and we're not in their shoes. I would like to be able to come on here from a viewpoint of having watched film the entire week, so I can really give it to the listeners, as a build-up moment, right? So this is what went in, but this is what happened because adjustments have to be made.
Right.
Trevor mentioned it in the opening there about starting fast and making adjustments. But for me, I understand that, but it's becoming trendy. It's every week. 10-0 a week ago.
Yeah.
To Chicago. I mean, to the Patriots. The Patriots.
Yeah.
So that's pretty trendy, and that part scares me more than anything. The offense doesn't really come out and just go play lights out to start the game, and the defense keeps us in for a while, and then the other team gets momentum while the offense is trying to come back. So you're juggling so many different things, man, and you put yourself in position to win, though. I credit them for that, but they just got to find a way to win it.
Fred, what becomes, and I know the easy answers are what you're taught to be the answer, but the psychology of thinking you can be a winning team and having a playoff team, and then suddenly you're 2-6. And at what point do you give up the ghost? They're not ready yet, right? They were 2-6 a couple of years ago, rallied, made the playoffs. So I'm not saying we're there yet, but man, it's got to be a drag.
Yeah, you know what? It's the beautiful reset. That's what the offseason causes. It resets the optimism, and that's why sports is sports. We get on this such high and anticipating our team. This is the year for our team. That's me, you, the fans all around the world of their respective team, right? And then beautiful reality or ugly reality kicks in around this point in the season. Great teams or the better teams start to separate themselves. And then the even better teams, they start to show up for the second half, the end of the season push. And who's going to carry that momentum into the postseason and then eventually be the team that's playing in February, hoisting the sticky Lombardi. So it is what it is, guys. We reset, we draft, we anticipate and hope that this is our year, and then this is what we end up with.
There's been a lot of talk about there's not a lot of juice from this particular team, this personality of this team, Fred. And we saw a little bit from, we had Ventrell Miller a week ago giving the pregame talk to the guys, and he's a young guy. I mean, it's a surprise that they picked him, but Ventrell Miller plays with like a passion. Tank plays with a passion. We don't seem like the coaches are always trying to say, get excited about a play, get excited, show some, because football is such a passionate, emotional game. And I've always kind of wondered about Trevor, and you can't force him to be who he's not. But, boy, I darn sure liked him scoring that running touchdown yesterday and spiking that ball and getting pumped up. And I don't know, man. I just feel like something's not quite there with these guys in that respect.
I had a brief conversation with someone, and I will not mention their name. And it's just the little things. For example, the camaraderie outside the locker room and guys hanging together, at the hotel and this and that, like what we used to do back in the day. If we hit a city to play an opponent, for the most part, you're going to see just around when it's bad check or something, you're going to see a group of us together. It's 7, 8, 9, 10 of us together, and we're just kicking it amongst ourselves, even if we're chopping it up about the game or just life or just having fun, we're together. From what I hear some people say is you don't really see that or get that feel that guys go their separate ways outside the locker room. And that's not a bad thing if some of these guys have, families they're getting back to or what have you. But, at some particular point in time, guys have to hang out with the guys and talk football. Tony Brackens used to have this thing every Thursday. We would go to Sneakers Sports Bar and Grill. Just us.
Yeah.
There'd be 15 of us there. Just us. That was our thing.
That's great.
And we're together. We know we can trust each other and depend on each other. I'm looking at you knowing that even though we're doing this, business is first. Ball is priority. And we're going to make sure we're there for each other. I know you're not going to quit because I know what you're made of outside of the stadium and then vice versa. So, I don't know if that can help. But we also did that little thing in New England where every Wednesday after practice, every position group broke down and we went to someone's home. And we looked at the film. And what that did over the course of the season, guys, was it showed who would be accountable, who had a sense of urgency to show up, because we did this every week, same day, Wednesday. And if you don't show up in week 14, why? Now we question your focus and your commitment because Wednesdays are for us. So you schedule everything else around that, and we built camaraderie that way. And I've been sharing this message with teams and hope that this can help them. Frank, I don't know with them enough. I'm just saying some of the leakage that I sort of heard, and maybe that can help. Find a way to stick together, and you'll be together in those clutch moments, and you can trust each other knowing this guy's going to make a play. Like an amazing play yesterday by Ingram.
Yeah.
Just on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, it's awesome.
They were lulled to sleep, and, I think
Jarian Jones made a great play.
Jarian Jones made a great interception. Yeah.
Correct. So, I mean, that last play of the game, though, we can say all of this, but they were in the ball game. They were in the game.
Yep.
27-27. They fought back down 10 with 14 minutes to go. Then you're down 7 with 3 minutes some change. You took it down, scored. It was amazing catching triple coverage and pass interference on top of that. You have to come back and find a way to make the play on the defensive end and give your offense a chance to go back and do what they did, the series, the possession before that.
Well, like they say, if it ain't one thing, it's another these days, Fred.
Perfectly said, Fred. Perfectly said. So appreciate you, man. Thank you. Great stuff as always.
I got long-winded, but
no, man. We appreciate
you take it and run. That's what they want to hear.
Yeah,
they want to hear from you.
100 on that one for sure.
All right. See you, buddy.
Thanks, Fred.
All right, guys.
There he goes.
That's Fred Taylor, a member of the Pride of the Jaguars, and our guest every Monday morning. We just go rifling through. Tony opens the hole, Fred hits it, and
boom.
We're 2-6. You're listening to The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
We cook up a big pregame breakfast early on game day so you get a healthy helping of football and fun.
Breakfast of Champions.
On the Terminix Kickoff Show.
Presented by
Clearwater Irrigation and Gatorade. 5 hours before kickoff on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Wow, John, my Clearwater sprinkler system looks great.
All right, Frank, let's go ahead and program your Rainbird timer. How many minutes do you want the zones to run?
John, I think we run from the front 20, the sides 15, the back 10, the garden 5. Clearwater scores!
Well, that's a first, Frank, but you're the boss.
Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage to
ClearwaterJags.com.
This is David Lane. After suffering through several painful injuries to my shoulder, back, and knees, I've taken my issues to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and without fail, they've been a tremendous help towards solving my problems. If you have any orthopedic situations, don't procrastinate. Take action today. Give those aches and pains to the pros at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. You'll be glad you did.
Relieve pain and get back to life.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hicken here for America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with more than 5 million active members. That's Prize Picks. All you got to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and baby, watch the winnings roll in. So, and guess what? When your picks hit, which they often do, you get your money in as quick as 15 minutes if you want, because Prize Picks puts their members first. All withdrawals, fast, safe, secure. I like to make Sundays fun days. I mean, that's what I do. But you can play just about any day. You can do it any which way you want. Baseball, football, you decide. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code JAX, J-A-X. Get $50 instantly when you play 5. That's code JAX on Prize Picks to get $50. When you play just $5, you don't even need to win the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, man. Run your game.
The drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Imagine a place where it's always sunny, drinks are ice cold, and the food's bursting with flavor. Welcome to Hurricane Grill and Wings. Today's forecast: crispy wings, frothy beers, big burgers, and seafood tacos. Find your nearest spot at hurricanewings.com.
If you want someone who will pump out the problems, vote for the Duck.
Call Duck Rooter, your 5-star Google-rated septic company. DuckRooter.com.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. DuckRooter.com.
Hey folks, this is Dave Benyon with my son Ammon here from Zerorez. Ammon, you've been cleaning air ducts for a while now. What are some of the reasons customers might consider getting their air ducts cleaned?
There are many reasons. Many times, people suffer needlessly from poor indoor air quality produced by the conditions in their air system. Construction dust, the presence of bacterial growth, and years' worth of buildup all come together to make your air ducts a pretty gross place. If you suffer from allergies, have recently moved, recently remodeled, or have never had your air ducts cleaned, then now is the best time to call. By calling Zerorez, you'll have the peace of mind of knowing that you called the best of the best. Our state-of-the-art truck mount system and top-of-the-line service representatives simply can't be found anywhere else. Google Zerorez and read thousands of 5-star reviews.
So what kind of deals can I expect?
Just mention that you heard us on the radio, and we'll give you $100 off your air duct cleaning.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty great deal. Remember, folks, Zerorez,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zerorez.
It's the chomp of the swamp and the bark of the dogs. Florida Georgia Week is enhanced by Ackerman Urology and Cancer Center and Kingfish Pest Control.
2 awesome rival football fan bases
on 1010XL.
If you're like most Americans, you have a ton of credit card debt and you're paying insane interest rates on that debt every month. Same for car loans and personal loans. Stop getting ripped off. Let Loan Pronto consolidate that debt for you at a significantly lower rate using the equity in your home. Hey, it's Prosser here, and Loan Pronto's Express Equity Line of Credit can get you up to $500,000. So you can consolidate your debt in as fast as 5 days. Their average client saves over $1,000 every month by doing this. Right now is the best time to act. With an Express Equity Line of Credit, you can access up to 90% of your home's equity, usually without an appraisal. Don't put it off. Get your financial house in order for the new year and call Loan Pronto now to see what you can save. It's a free quote and there's no credit pull, unlike the other guys. Call now, 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Advanced Business Solutions. Head coach Mike Norvell shared his thoughts on coming back with Brock Glenn after making a quarterback switch during the Miami game.
Brock has probably a little bit more experience within the offense, and to be able to just to help make sure we're putting him in the best position to be able to go out there and play fast, execute fast.
The Edward Waters football team dropped a close road meeting against Albany State Saturday afternoon inside Albany State University Coliseum. With the loss, the Tigers fall to 1-7 11 in the season with a 1-5 mark in conference. In the ECHL, the Icemen lost to the Tahoe Night Monsters, who got their first win. Icemen will play again next on Saturday on the road against the Orlando Solar Bears. Our in-state NHL teams will see Tampa Bay playing Nashville and Florida facing off against Buffalo this evening. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 9:03 and it's 69 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
For sure. Obviously, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the future looks like, but those guys have been working really hard. I think they've done a nice job. Obviously, if that happens and we do have to bring some guys up, and then it's about kind of getting that chemistry going again, because it's been a little bit since, throwing with those guys and worked some stuff. So this will be a big week if that is the case, if that's what happens. But those guys have been working really hard. They're prepared. It's something that we preach, is just to stay ready, because you just never know when your number's going to be called. So who knows? This could be the week for some of those guys, and I got faith in how in those guys and how they can play.
That's Trevor Lawrence after the game talking about the injuries, especially at the receiver position. But it brings up a question, 904. You always got to make sure you have the L in Duval, because it stands for loss.
Ooh,
can't spell Duval without an L.
Wow.
Yeah. Oof. Well, truth hurts sometimes. And we've talked about this a bunch of times. But I'll bring it up again here in this context, because you're around the NFL. You've been around the NFL, guys. Like, do we need some more? I don't know, for lack of better, 9 o'clock nasty badasses on the team. Some more guys who want to take your head off. Some more. It just seems like we got a team of nice guys.
Yeah.
Maybe do we need some more nasty?
That's what, and
I don't know. I'm just asking this. Like one of the age-old conversations we've always had with Trevor is, does Trevor have the dog in him?
Mm-hmm.
Does he have the dog? Mahomes has the dog in him. Does Trevor? And I love seeing that touchdown yesterday when he ran it in and spiked the ball. I love when he trash talks.
They have similar personalities to me, now that you bring it up. I've never thought of them in those terms because there's no other comparison. But Mahomes and Trevor, to me, are real similar personalities.
Okay.
They chirp, right? They on the court. Whenever you hear that hidden microphone, they're demonstrative, but not, over the top. Right?
Yeah.
And maybe, and to be honest, at that position, unless it's a special play, I think most quarterbacks are a little more reserved than the.
But is it just too?
I think the dog can be somewhat verified through your willingness to play and play hurt, and I think that also is part of the dog.
Yeah.
That guy, man, did not want to be taken out of the lineup last year when maybe he should have been.
Correct.
To the detriment even, but at least when you're if you're measuring dog, that might be one of the factors.
Josh Hines Allen, nice guy,
soft-spoken. They're not
Foye, great dude.
Trayvon,
yeah,
soft-spoken, gentle giant.
Yeah. Do we not have enough nasty?
Cam had that nasty in him, but he's been kind of just diminished.
There was a guy who played in the NFL in the 70s. His name was Conrad Dobler. He used to bite people in the pile. He used to stick his finger in their eyeball.
Yeah. We had that guy's name was Tony. I bet you Boselli's just stuck a finger somewhere.
Do we not have enough of those dudes? Do we need to find some of those dudes?
We definitely need some more of those dudes.
The Oakland Raiders had guys in the defensive backfield who would blow you up in a second.
Oh yeah, Jack Tatum.
Yeah. Do we need those guys? I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there. What's as we try to figure out what's missing?
I think we know what's missing: talent and playmaking and scheme.
You just told me you got 8 guys.
8. It takes 22.
Nobody has 22. They don't. What's So what do you think?
I don't think that is why they're not winning. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's not good to have some of those guys, but I don't.
I wonder if that is part of the problem.
Okay,
Maybe
who's the best team in football right now?
Too nice. Kansas City.
Yeah.
Chris Jones ain't a nice guy.
Well, we have guys that are nice, but they're not. They're not a bad A. They're not the Ravens, Seahawks, that kind of mentality. They're just they got talent. The Patriots weren't like that. For God's sake, they won 6.
They had dudes.
Of course they did.
They had dudes.
I know they had dudes.
Richard Seymour is a dude.
You got to have
Ty Law's
dudes.
a dude.
That's why they had a dude, but not bad A's. They had players.
Those were bad A's. Bad A's.
Well, not the kind that you're talking about. Not the demonstrative.
Just wondering if we're missing something there.
Well,
we need something.
I hear you. I mean, I'm all for it. Yeah, we're missing something. I'm all for it. I'm just trying to stay off of like what's not really. I don't like on the list. We're filling the pie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with, I don't know, friggin' making a first down, doing short yardage, being ready to play.
I think Tank is a bad A. You know,
he's got a little of that in him.
I think Jorian Jones, the young boy, I think him and Ventrell Miller. So we have them.
Well, this is what happens when you had them. Okay, it was a great month, and then what happened in 2018? We had the team you're describing, and it was volatile, and it led to an incredible 2017.
Yeah.
But it didn't have any staying power because of that.
By the way, one for the culture. What was Dalvin Cook sucking down last night pregame?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Looked like a little bottle of tequila is what it was. He's drinking some alcohol before the game.
Maybe. I know people who's taking shots before the game.
I think he took a little shot right there on the sideline.
Not on the camera, though, is he? You're telling me he's joining.
Did you see it?
Maurice Claret? Let me see. Do you have it there? Let me see.
I mean, you guys know the alcohol.
Yeah,
I don't know what's a bottle.
Yeah, I got to see it, bro.
All right, well, take the 3-foot walk on in here. I'm just asking the tough questions. I mean, what are we unscrewing there? What is that?
Energy drink. It's a 5-hour.
That ain't no energy drink. The hell that is. I've seen energy drinks. That's not energy drink.
I don't even know you anymore.
Cookers
My man saying that Dalvin Cook during the anthem is cracking open a mini and throwing back a Tito's.
Yeah, that's what happened.
No, it's a 5-hour energy or one of those things.
I just saw it.
Like a little boost.
What's wrong with him?
Boost my butt.
Yeah.
Boost my butt. I got another one I wanted to share with you.
Yeah.
I got this over the weekend. Let me find it here real quick, my friend. NBA, you love the association. New Orleans was playing Portland.
Okay.
Brandon Ingram.
Oh man.
Hit a game winner over Anthony Simmons. Allegedly.
Do you know the story, the ins and outs of this one?
I found out about it over the weekend.
This one, as we say, fit to get personal.
I just don't get it, man.
Brandon Ingram hit a game winner over Anthony Simmons. Allegedly, both players have a baby with the same woman.
Well, she's probably like a hotel, she's a lobby rat,
we
right?
Call group.
Yeah,
for sure.
Sure.
Okay. Did he say something like,
she's also,
and one?
For sure.
She's also now the third richest person in Texas, wherever she lives. You got not one, but two of them bank vaults. And the NBA now, I'll give these girls credit. The ones that really work the system, they smart. They know which sport to go to.
Yeah, they do.
You get a slouch in the NBA, and he's gonna be making superstar NFL money.
Aaliyah Petty is an Instagram model. Apart from her relationships with NBA stars, she's known for her fitness and lifestyle content.
You bet. You bet she is. What's her name?
Aaliyah Petty.
Go check out her IG.
Yeah. Yeah. She, both players share a connection with Aaliyah.
Yeah, they sure do.
She kept her son Brenton's father's identity under wraps. She confirmed it's Brandon Ingram. Then last November, she shared photos from her baby shower, revealing that the father of her second child is Anthony Simmons.
Oh.
She was in attendance to watch the thrilling encounter between the two sides. Dads going against each other.
Guys want to play some 21?
Yeah, I just don't get it, man. Like,
these guys are sloppy, bro. I mean, at some point, there's a million, billion, trillion women in the world.
Right.
How do you end up with the same lobby
one.
rat, man?
Come on,
the
man.
same one? Come on, man. It's the game winner over. Then they all went to Chuck E. Cheese? Or do these guys hate each other, or is it not a thing?
Yeah,
is either one of them with the girl right now?
She has to be if she was at the game.
Somebody wants to know if it's Richard Petty's daughter.
I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think so. I just looked her up. I don't think.
Somebody said, I don't know. I'm not going to say what this is because before I check, because it may be something bad that I'm not supposed to say.
Oh, 99 bananas.
Yeah, what is that?
It's a adult beverage.
Okay, so I'm right.
No, it's not what
He's
he's
kidding.
That's 99 bananas. I
No,
see the
it's
bottle.
Kidding, bro. Stop it.
100%.
What are you doing? You're going loud and redoubling down on Dalvin Cook drinking liquor on the sideline before the game like he's Maurice Claret at Broncos practice. Your boy Maurice Claret used to fill up his water bottle with vodka.
Sheesh.
Yeah, he had a problem.
This guy's right. Let's go get that Chargers lineman.
Sure, I'm sure they'll just give
blasted
him to
that
us.
Saints guy. You know,
Yeah,
when he went after Justin's leg. That's what we need. Defense coordinator's not good either. I mean, the defense.
No, it's a disaster.
Defense is awful.
And there's people on the text line are saying, and I guess shame on us for not like dotting the I's and crossing the T's. It doesn't matter till you get to this point, but to that Balky hired the coordinator.
Well, it's been known for a while. It's been talked about. I don't know
that he was hired. Well, I know it's been talked about, but do we know? I mean, I just chalk that up to the drawing of the battle lines.
Let me put
always
it this
attributing
way.
whatever's wrong to the other guy.
He's in on the interviews.
Yeah,
that I know.
Yeah. Yeah, the defense, it's been rough for Ryan Nielsen, who's had some success in some other places, but this may be the worst defensive coordinating we've ever seen.
Balky said he was present during interviews. The hire was sole decision of Doug.
That's what I thought. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's.
We
I mean,
keep
he may
saying
have a
what
part
may or
of
may
it.
not be true. But
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that he didn't, but I think that in these situations, and look, if I got to blame
Jones' staff, just like they do in most places, no different here.
All right, that's what I thought. So to say that he did that just because we want to blame Trent Balky for everything, which I'm perfectly fine with, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, too, to this, because we talked earlier about dancing around, and the dance is just going to become more, vaporized as we go through the year. You just can't get away from the only way to fix this team. And during the season, if you're winning or if you're competitive, it can be week to week. But that's not what we're going to be forced to be talking about. So, dang it to heck, if you're 2-8, people talk about you losing your job. That's pro sports.
Well, we're 29th in defense right now, 382 yards a game is what
That's really pitiful. They gave up over 400 yesterday.
In defense. We're worse than we were a year ago. We're also 29th in points allowed, or actually tied for 30th with the Titans, 28 points a game. So also unacceptable. I mean, those are the numbers that stand out. We got a turnover yesterday, which is rare. We have 4 of them in 8 games. The NFL record, I think, is 9 turnovers in a season. We're headed that way. I mean, that's just disgraceful. So the defense is bad on a lot of levels. And they gave up a ton of rushing yards yesterday. The Ravens are allowing 60, 70 yards rushing a game. The Steelers are allowing 81. The Chiefs, 82.3. Those are winning.
I'll give you another one, and you've talked about this before, but I keep seeing this. Why do we run so many plays with Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen? There was a 3rd and goal from the 14 yesterday, and Allen and Walker, neither are in the game.
Well, here's the problem.
I mean, you're overthinking. I'll give you this, too. Why doesn't Brian Thomas Jr., if he's not hurt, play every snap?
Yeah, he comes out.
Every single snap he should play. It's like this. It's like a disease of just.
Well, if you're running a 70-yard vertical, usually they come off.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about running a route across the middle and jogging off. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the rotation thing drives the fans and people crazy, and I get it. It's and they're sticking with it, but it's just the timing of the rotation. Like, it's 3 plays into the game, and they'll come off the field, and that's the stuff that we just can't seem to comprehend. And
again, anytime it's third, if it's 3rd and goal from the 14,
but
and you don't have either defensive end in, what are you doing?
I take it back to another level. Why do we only have 2 defensive ends? I mean, Tony brought that up a couple weeks ago. We only have the only other defensive end on our roster is Miles Cole. We've been asking for an extra pass rusher for how long around
3
here?
years. I wanted Leonard Floyd like 3 teams ago before they went from the Rams to the Bills to the Niners.
We know we needed more pass rushers. We don't have them. So we got Yasir Abdullah in the game. What does he do? What do these guys do?
That's why we're playing the Lazzie or whoever it was last week, 97.
Gaziano or whatever his name is. He was back out there yesterday.
Former Big Ten sack leader, I'll have you know. I had to do a little dive on him.
So was Lamanzer Williams. How did his career go?
How dare you put those two in the same category?
He was a Big Ten sack leader.
Yeah, but this guy here, man, he's playing in the league, baby.
Yeah. I mean, those.
What do you do at receiver, by the way?
Mason Smith inactive again. Whatever. I mean, okay.
I hope Trevor, by the way, has really, really thick skin. I think he does, because I imagine we're going to have a lot of Mondays where you guys are going to be just grinding all over him, throwing to Cooks and Jones.
Oh, boy.
Right? I mean, it was okay there in that one quarter, but you're going to war with Parker Washington, Tim Jones, Elijah Cooks, Brenton Strange, and Evan Ingram, and after those, you have nobody.
You know who I think the best story on defense is? There's one good story.
On defense?
I said this yesterday.
Ventrell Miller.
You're right. That's fair.
Okay. Well, so it's not.
No, because
but Buster Brown.
Buster Brown.
Yeah, he's played
man.
well too.
Buster Brown.
There's
makes
two
plays.
more I'm keeping, but that's what I mean when I keep it. I'm not saying they're all pro. There's enough there that you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Filter. You got to filter in 30, right? And some guys that aren't, but those are two. Tank Bigsby's another. I think there's 8 or 10 guys here. But man, I need a new vision, or you better set your hair on fire and tear up your playbook in this last half of the year. Play for your careers and your jobs.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll keep it rolling. This is the drill on 1010XL.
It's the Monday Morning Quarterback.
FM.
Divorce.
If offense and defense don't win the game, sometimes it's up to the special team.
And here comes the field goal team. They've got to hurry.
After the game, catch the Crown Royal Special Teams Player of the Game. Live generously and life will treat you royally on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
So one of life's most important decisions, if you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. Hicken here from Matt Hinson in the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney yet. But have you done your last will? It's not the most comfortable thing. It's not the most fun thing to do. It's something you need to do besides getting your assets to the people that you want them to go to. Planning helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson will listen and help you with some tough decisions. He'll provide you the info needed so you are at ease with your choice. The Hinson Law Firm. You have questions? Maddie's got answers. 904-527-1700. 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
What's good, sports bettors? It's your boy Eats to the T here, and I'm hoping everyone had a profitable betting weekend on my bookies. And guess what? The New York Giants travel to face the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are a 6-point favorite at home with a 36.5-point over-under on the game. Are the Steelers for real? They started Russell Wilson and put up 37 points themselves last week against the Jets defense. And the Giants, them boys on the struggle bus with a volatile quarterback and a hurt offensive line. In a vacuum, this one's telling me to take the Steelers, given the points and the over-under. But who you going to take? Guys, my bookie has the best sign-up bonus in the industry for Florida bettors. Our listeners can just sign up and use my promo code 1010XL to claim that bonus that doubles your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. That's promo code 1010XL to claim your double deposit bonus for Monday Night Football. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with my bookie. Come on, somebody.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Lauren Brooks from Helmets and Heels. If your car needs an oil change, now's the perfect time to visit Big Chief Tire. They're offering $10 off your next oil change at any of their 5 locations across Jacksonville. Their expert technicians will get you in and out quickly so your car stays in top shape. Visit BigChiefService.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling. That's BigChiefService.com or 904-932-0950.
Jacksonville contractors and business owners, do you need custom large metal fab gates or automatic gate controls? Frank Frangie here. Coyle & Sons has been in business in Jacksonville since 1927. They've earned the reputation of quality and specialized skill. Coyle & Sons are the ones trusted in Jacksonville by the top contractors, and they stand on the reputation when you need almost 100 years of commercial contractor experience. So call Coyle & Sons today at 904-356-4821, coiljacks.com.
Rotator cuff injuries are common among athletes and those who have physically demanding careers. Don't let this injury keep you away from the sport you love. Dr. George Barry here, and the first thing you need to do with a serious shoulder injury is to diagnose where the damage is and how significant it is. Rotator cuff tears are either acute tears sustained during an injury or accident, or degenerative tears. If you're interested in learning more about rotator cuff repair and how our expert team of orthopedic surgeons can help you, call Bari Orthopedics today or visit bariorthopedics.com.
He'll help you find the fish.
Bite's gonna pick up pretty soon.
Captain Kevin and the Wing Power Fishing Forecast Show. Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss and Veterans Wholesale Cabinets.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. You know, pool design has come a long way, and if your pool is outdated, Stanley Pools specializes in bringing older pools up to date for the whole family to enjoy. That's why I did it a few years ago, and man, I love the way my pool looks now after we added travertine pavers and so much else. Stanley Pools has been serving our community since 1988, so call them today at 269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I have today's Shazam Spotlight, brought to you by ShazamAuto.com and the Murray Ford Superstores. It's a spotlight for a couple of reasons. The Hail Mary in and of itself, they're always fun, and when it's a hot story and a young quarterback, it carries even a little bit more weight. Jaden Daniels plays through his injured rib and hits a 52-yard Hail Mary on the last play of the game, and the Bears lose. But the spotlight I'm going to sign on Tyreek Stevenson, who had to go to social media and apologize for his, quote, lack of focus. And, yeah, that is exactly what it would be. A video posted on social media shows Stevenson pointing towards the stands and raising his arms in the air, taunting the Washington fans with his back to the line of scrimmage when the ball was snapped. He was late to get to the play. He sprinted over to the mass of humanity, jumped and tipped the ball, only for Washington receiver Noah Brown to catch it in the end zone. So, yeah, man. I mean, just sloppy, man.
Yeah.
The game's not over. Pay attention. Then you can run around the whole stadium.
Oh, that's unacceptable.
I mean, are you guys so freaking proud of yourselves that you can't just not look in the mirror? I mean, good grief, man. You're so proud of yourself of how unbelievable you are that you're going to take a pass on the last play to let the Washington fans know just how lucky they are to have been in your presence today. What a JA.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems more common than uncommon in today's day and age. Everybody wants to hold a press conference for themselves when they make a first down. And I got this guy, by the way, celebrating. I mean, at last I checked, it was the Bears offense that drove down the field and got the game winner.
Yeah.
And the defense did play well. I mean, they held them to 12 and well before the
I got to give you a quick funny story about that. So we're in the office trying to get the shows put together because it's crunch time and the Washington-Chicago game's on, and we kind of look up and
it's the last one on.
We're watching now. Over on the other set is the NBC because they're getting all the highlights because I hadn't seen many highlights because
we're at the game. That's always fun to do that especially when you have to work like you do. Like I don't have to go until 7, 8 o'clock where you can finally unwind and really see what happened today.
Yeah. So anyway, Chicago goes in and scores with 20 seconds left. I'm like, dang, ball game. Chicago's going to win this game. So
it was Chiefs Bills-esque.
Yeah.
I mean, they had 12 seconds on their 30.
So I say, all right. I said, turn down the audio on that one, and I turn the audio up on the highlights game, and we're working too. So we're at the computers, and everybody's paying attention. And all of a sudden, like 5 minutes later, somebody looks up and goes, well, what the hell just happened? And we look up and it says 18-15 Washington. I'm like, what?
Here's what happened.
And so we rewind to watch it.
That's amazing. The rewind button got worn out. Here's what happened with me. They got the kick. In the first pass, remember he just kind of skidded it into the receiver? It was an incompletion.
Mm-hmm.
They got the ball with like 22 seconds. The first pass is an incompletion. They're down to like 17 seconds. And I walked back to the other side of the house, had to go to the bathroom, do some stuff. And I came back right as the ball was bobbling into Noah Brown. And it looked to me like it was just a shuffle pass from the 5. And in my head, I said, well, I got to rewind. How did they get from the 30 to the 5? It must have been a pass interference call is what happened. But then I noticed that was actually just the deflection.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing. I rewound it and watched it over too. There's something about a Hail Mary. They're always cool. Even it doesn't matter. It could be 2 high school teams. We love a Hail Mary, don't we?
One thing about the Jags, man, they dang sure have given up a lot of big plays this year. I was thinking back, Tyreek the Cheetah. What do you have, an 80-yarder against us? Every time you run through your head, you'll just think of another play where they just gashed us. We just didn't give up some of those plays. The defense really is terrible. I mean, I don't know what else to say. The offense has played good for the last month. How many did they score yesterday? 27. They've been averaging 28 in the month of October. The offense is putting up the points. They started slow. But again, when you have a 15-yard quarter, golly, it hurts. It all adds up. It all's there. But I understand what they're saying, too. Most of the fans are like, it's a defense, and it's Ryan Nielsen and it's rotation system, and I don't disagree. I don't disagree. It's maddening, and they sit and they do it every week. And we were talking with D-Rock yesterday in the press box about and they ask him, what do we why who does this stuff? And what happens inevitably now that we're all paying attention is we see that Walker and Allen aren't in, and they got them pinned on their own 3-yard line, and they hit 2 plays, and all of a sudden, because we don't have any depth. That goes back to the front office. The depth sucks.
Yes.
We let Darius Williams go.
And we could use him.
Bad
and we have the
move.
money. I get frustrated. I mean, here's the thing, and I get it. When your team loses, you just want to fire everyone. You want all the things, but there's some constant things here that it's on the owner, man, and his surround. It's just on the owner. It's starting to move away from everyone into Shad.
Mm-hmm.
You need to make a presidential decision here, Mr. Khan.
Mm-hmm.
Not just dilly-dally around and take this guy's word and his sweet nothings. It's time to get serious about your billion-dollar business. This is what's dangerous about printing money no matter how you do. And I'm not saying he doesn't care. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot easier, I'm sure, to not be successful even if you're making bankroll like you are.
Right.
If you get to be Hardee's and have McDonald's bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
Right? An offseason of inactivity at the highest level is going to lead to another 7-10, 8-9 season with enough pieces in play to be better than they are. Sure feels that way. But to your point, that.
And now the other thing I think about too oftentimes is, why do you have to bring both the edge rushers out at the same time? Why not bring one out if he needs a blow? And how about they dictate when they need a blow as opposed to you dictate? Just doesn't seem to make sense.
Yes, nonsensical is the password is nonsensical.
They seem to go in and anyway.
I got a big problem with this is where, by the way, y'all work with me here.
Mm-hmm.
Could this be an argument to the Press Taylor, Doug Peterson nonsense doesn't matter? Could it be? From this standpoint, you script the beginning of your game. Everyone does. That ain't a matter of play calling. That's the designer of your offense. That's the brain trust. What are we going to do here? We had 2 games in a row. We get 0 and into the second quarter with no points. Mm-hmm. You said we've had 5 quarters with 15 yards or fewer this year?
Yeah, I think Shipley has.
How many of them are first quarters, or do we know?
More
than one?
Yeah.
If you have played 8 games, you have more than one first quarter, less than 15 yards of offense, then you are not you have a bad playbook and you're not a good play caller.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. Just like if you're 1-7, you're not a good coach. You can tell me you are. You can cling to some previous successes. Doug Peterson's had a lot of success. He won a Super Bowl. But if you're getting 15 yards in a quarter 5 times in 8 games, yeah, your offense sucks. Doesn't work. And I don't think that these guys get so protective of their schemes and their systems and their thoughts and their ideas, and I get it, and they sometimes fail to evolve. That was the great thing about Shula, right? You know this.
Yeah, he did.
Shula spent the first half of his career in Miami having games where literally Bob Greasy would throw it 3 or 4 times. They ran.
Mercury.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later, they're the most pass-happy, prolific offense with Duper and Clayton and Marino. So you adjust, right?
Right.
This whole thing could have been avoided in 2012. We'd have just hired Andy Reid instead of Gus Bradley.
Actually, I think it's D-Rock. Jags had 15 yards of offense in the first quarter. Their 5th quarter this season with no more than 15 yards this season per ESPN research. No other NFL team entered this week with more than 2 such quarters.
I'm surprised anyone has had one.
So, again, we get we like the offense, and we should. But, goodness gracious. And with Trev, it's just about consistency, man.
Yeah.
You just can't have the inconsistent bad play. Everybody's going to have them.
I get it. And it's just important. Look, I feel like I get backed into this corner. I'm not trying to be uber supporter here, but I don't think this is being looked at from a – they all do. Trevor wasn't any worse yesterday than Jordan Love. He just wasn't. He had a very inopportune fumble that gave the ball away. But he responded from that error and took his team back to the tie.
Yeah.
Like, if you do that with 3-8 with a minute and a half to go and you've got no chance, he made a terrible mistake, put a team in a 10-point hole, and then he took them all the way back with Washington and Tim Jones running routes. So that's all.
Yeah.
But Patrick Mahomes had a terrible pick yesterday at the Raiders, so I guess the thing with the problems are so much bigger than that. And by focus, obviously he needs to play better in certain situations, and yesterday may have caught us. But when it comes to developing a good team that can win Super Bowls and playoffs, that's not the problem. That's not why we're not advancing there.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with that. It is what it is. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back and make the turn for home next right here on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Let's start the debate. Why would someone buy a new car from you? We have an exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle. We offer a competitive wow price plus free oil changes. How much will someone get for their trade? We offer more than $4,000 over KBV value. Well, we never lose a trade over price. Okay, when is the best time to buy a car? Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter which side you pick. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, you get it all. Let us show you why we're the winning vote.
Hicken here for my friends at Beaches Dermatology. That's Doctors Boudreaux, Doctors Metz, great staff. Dr. Fader does the Mohs surgery out there. I've been going there for a long, long time, and they have helped me out numerous times. I've had some basal cell carcinomas taken off, and they always get you going. They get your skin. They want to remind you, take care of your skin, though, man. You got to in the Sunshine State. And you got to, it was hot. We're almost into November. It was hot this weekend, man. The sun was beating down. So, I played golf on Friday. If you're out playing golf, man, you got to wear a hat. You got to wear sunscreen. You got to wear long sleeve dry fit. You got to protect your skin against the sun, man. And if something pops up on your skin, man, go get it checked out. Don't wait. Go online at beachesdermatology.com to get your appointment. Online at beachesdermatology.com.
Game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hey, Hicken here with a message from Zerorez. Can you believe they've been cleaning carpets in Jacksonville now for 20 years? Dave Benyon, his family and staff are so grateful of things and appreciate you, their great customers. In fact, October's birthday month for Zerorez. So what are we doing for customers? Just say happy birthday, Zerorez, and we'll give you $50 off. That's $50 off carpet, tile, and grout, upholstery, or area rugs. Zerorez, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zerorez. It's the right way to clean.
Zerorez.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Dailies Dash today to get your delicious Duval sub. Dailies is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation. Light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 28, 2018, the Boston Red Sox beat the LA Dodgers in Game 5 of the World Series, claiming their 9th title in franchise history. Boston Utilities' Steve Pierce was awarded MVP.
What if you could be debt-free by this January? Get rid of all that high-interest debt, pay off all your credit cards, consolidate everything into one lower payment. Hey, it's Prosper here, and if you're ready to stop stressing over bills, you need to call Loan Pronto right now. With rates at their lowest in 2 years, this is the perfect chance to use your home's equity and save big going into the new year. Loan Pronto's got rates with APRs in the low 5s, and they're getting homeowners hundreds of thousands out of their home's equity. Homeowners who do this save on average $850 a month. Loan Pronto offers a ton of options, including total refis, express equity lines of credit. So call now, get a rate quote in just minutes with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. Call today. You won't make a house payment till 2025. 904-999-1508. That's loanpronto.com or 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
The Sunshine State says it all in the nickname. That summer sun in Florida can take its toll on an air conditioning unit and send your electric bill through the roof. Florida Home AC can help you handle the heat with a brand new AC unit with low monthly payments and over $3,000 in federal tax credits on select systems. So this summer, don't sweat it out. Cool off with Florida Home AC, the official AC company of the Jaguars. Call them today, 777-4300, and check out their tremendous savings on a brand new AC system.
After you use Bounce Dryer Sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on it every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Put a sheet on it. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Put a sheet on it. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer Sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-IHRS 777-4477.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson with reaction to Sunday's loss in the final seconds to the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, they're devastated. They're heartbroken. They battled their tails off. They fought to the end, quite frankly. That's all that I can ask for. But I also want them to understand, too, that these games come down to about 2 plays, 3 plays. Can't give the ball away like we did late, deep in our own end. We didn't tackle very well defensively. So there's some things that we need to clean up and continue to clean up if we want to get back on track.
According to multiple reports, Jaguars wide receiver Christian Kirk suffered a broken collarbone and is out for the season. I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
It's just a long cool down phase that we're now in for the rest of the year, I'm afraid. I don't. Every Monday. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I'm cooling down on the AFC. I'm just going to watch the NFC. Right? I mean, I'll stir up old childhood passions and root for the Falcons.
Teams.
I'll find the Falcons and take some, secondary maybe joy out of what they do.
We don't have Buffalo on the schedule.
I'll root for Buffalo. I like Buffalo. I can root for that Daniels in Washington. I can root for.
Yeah.
I'll do. Grab them now because they'll get on your nerves as they stay good. Right. I can root for Lamar a little bit.
It's just hard, man. Why? It's just like if you're a Jag fan, why is it your team always? This happens to your team.
Well,
it doesn't
there's
happen
a lot
to the
of
other
teams.
team.
It does. It happens to a lot.
You look up and Washington wins a game on a Hail Mary.
Yeah, but they haven't been to the playoffs since 20, and before that was 12. There's a lot more teams like us than like the Chiefs and Bill. Look at the Bengals. You want to hot seat somebody. Might be time for old ZT to take a little bit of a pass.
The whole Taylor family. Let's get to Taylor.
Y'all go down to the XFL and prove your way back in, man, because they're losing to bad teams, dude.
Joe told us they're going to win 7-9.
Yeah,
he said it's doable.
But he said after the game yesterday or before?
After.
Because after the game the week before when they lost, or 2 weeks before, we're just not very good right now.
Oh, no, he's back on.
Well, no, you're not.
It's doable.
No, it's not doable at all. What's their record? 3-5? They're 3-5, right?
1, 2, 3.
We have some
misery.
We have. There's like 4 franchises that are
the Jets
with
are us.
Yeah, the Jets are us.
Yeah.
The Bengals are us.
Yeah.
They have a lot higher expectations than that.
Mm-hmm.
That may have been the only. That may have been the.
It's not many.
Yeah, to have that bad.
The Browns.
The Cowboys to
what
a
about
degree.
the Browns?
Yeah, I guess, but they're
they went to the playoffs last year.
Yeah, but they did it with Flacco, and he was gone. They had no Nick Chubb. I don't know. That was stacked against them.
Yeah. 2-6, man. You know what 2-6 is?
It's the bad. It's the worst of the worst.
2-6 was you start 0-4 and then you go 2-2 and you're like, big deal.
Yeah.
You got to go 3-1 or you got to make hay.
By the way, in 2 of those losses, you had a game until the end. This is why I put it on the defense more than anyone else. Over and over and over again, we get in position to win a game and they allow a game-winning drive. Over and over and over again. Every single time.
Yeah.
They have not stopped the opponent in a or else situation all year. And we've had chances against Miami, Houston, now Green Bay to just flat out win. We'd be 5-3 if the defense would just do its job. Now, there are other reasons that you get to that point, but at the end of the day, in winning time, at the end of the game, you have wins secured, and you can't stop the other guy. You're up 20-17 on the Texans. You let them drive down for a touchdown.
The boys on Twitter say Browns, Bills, Patriots, Packers, all horrible first quarters. Not sure which of those were 15 yards or less, but there's a pattern. 20 against, and then somebody else looked it up, 20 against Cleveland, 19 against Buffalo, 25 against the Pats. So, yes, you're right, and I agree. And it's hard to fault. Listen, there's ups and downs in a game, but just the inconsistency of the offense, I guess. An offense that has potential and now, by the way, is going to be really challenged. Going forward, it's going to get worse, gang. Christian Kirk is done. BTJ may be out this week in Philly. Big Bo thinks they're going to fight, and they might fight in Philly. They ain't going to win. Are they going to win in Philly, Jeff?
Philly's a weird one. They look like they're starting to play. That was a lost ship, right? That was a ship that had gone into rocky shores there, and then the Giants, God bless the Giants for waking up sleeping franchises because they went to New York and sacked them 8 times.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, that was a back-and-forth game, and then the Eagles just took off and crushed them.
Pedal to the metal.
Yeah, I think the Bengals are
Maybe you don't know this, but the Eagles beat the Packers early at the start of the year.
Yeah, the very first game.
Yeah.
But then they didn't play. They
lost to the Falcons by a point, beat the Saints when the Saints were going good. They got hammered by Tampa. That's the one that stood out. And they
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, then they beat the Browns, they beat the Giants, they beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
They won 3 in a row.
What was the Browns score?
The Browns score was, stand by, 20-16.
Yeah, they just not. They weren't, and it wasn't a good look.
The last 2 weeks they've won by 20.
Correct.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
NFL. That's
no.
big.
I think they're going to beat us
maybe
1,000-0.
Maybe 950. Maybe a sandwich game, though. Again, I tried that with Green Bay. It didn't work.
No sandwich. They had a sandwich, all right. A big old Monte Cristo, fried up, delicious. Dipped us in a little bit of yellow mustard and called it a Sunday.
Yeah, that was.
That's what happened there.
I was walking. I had to go down the stairs to get down to the field to do the post-game show.
Mm-hmm.
And in our stadium, a lot of chants of goal, pack, goal. Goal, pack, goal.
Yeah, you hear that a lot in Green Bay. You're not supposed to hear it here.
We're not supposed to hear that.
Next thing you know, the Vikings will be in town in 2 weeks.
Skull.
We're back to the old Chamber of Commerce football franchise.
Yeah.
Y'all come down from your cold,
Have a good
miserable,
time.
Rust Belt existence and have a week on us. You'll have a beautiful golf and beaches and pick up a win to go. In fact, just wait another week. The tickets are awful cheap, too. It's a win-win.
That's just so
Get on that
sad.
bullet train.
Get us out.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Injury Care Centers, the exclusive provider of BioTarget regenerative therapy for pain. Visit GoBioTarget.com for a location near you.
Really happy to hand it off today. Let you run with this thing for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do, Tone?
Yeah.
They can't win at home against a good team.
Well, I think it's
just
become
can't.
more and more evident just how spoiled the fans were that showed up every week for home games in 2022. Right? Like, compared historically, since the late 90s, they haven't had that kind of run at home.
No.
Right? And to have multiple games where they're down 17 points and finding ways to win, including in the playoffs. And the way that last game of the season ended against the Tennessee Titans, right? Like, the whole experience of 2022 at home for fans, there's never been a better year.
And we were recalling that yesterday. It felt like, okay, this looks familiar. Let's come back. Let's win this game. We'll be 3-5. We'll be okay. God, that sounds so good now compared to 2-6.
Yeah, they're in the same spot they were in 22.
Yeah, I know,
to find some kind of solace.
I meant the result.
No solace. None. Zero
and
solace.
what's happening with this football
And by the way,
team,
you just said how unbelievable it was in 2022. So to think
if
it'll
it
happen in
happens
24.
again, it happens again.
Yeah.
But, and we're all rooting for it.
Yeah.
But I have no expectation that that's anywhere near
No, this is a 4 or 5 win max team to me.
Feels like it.
Yeah, and it feels like the kind of team that they'll get through this tough stretch and without a win, and then we'll start losing games at home to teams they should or could beat.
DG9 coming in?
Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
have David in.
All right. Well, you guys will break it down.
A lot of happy things to reflect.
Oh,
Spend the Monday morning quarterback, divorcemenonly.com. Jaguars Today's coming up next.
Talk about these nuts.
The weekly Pick'em contest. Make the best picks and win a pizza party from Salvatore's Pizza at Tapestry Park. Pick the worst. You'll still win some pizza, just not enough for a party. Brought to you by MyBookie. Make